Yeah. Okay, hold on, stay here. Yeah. Okay. Allow me to take a question. Hello, Mr. Tokwe. Your, you need to mute yourself, unmute yourself, please.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yes, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry. I'm trying to get this done, set up on my laptop because if it's on my phone, calls are interrupting this.
Okay, no problem.
But I don't know if it's not working. I sent it to myself by email, and that's what I opened up. But it's taking me to meet GIC educare finance HRM Module Workshop V, but
Yeah.
it's loading. There's nothing showing. I've reloaded about 10
Which
times.
browser are you using?
I think that's what am I using here? Is it Firefox or Chrome?
Can you use Google Chrome, please?
Okay, Chrome, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think this just might work. Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm putting in my name and joining the meeting. Okay, yeah. So so let me leave there.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I'm with you.
Hello?
I'm with you. I can hear you.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? I can hear you.
It's very faint.
I can hear you clearly.
But you can hear me clearly.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Let me get headphones. Maybe to be better.
Okay. I'm fine. How are you?
Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, this is good.
Okay.
Okay, good afternoon again. Sorry to have wasted your time. I'm unfamiliar with this application.
Okay. So, Mr. James. Mr. James, are you there? Mr. Eze.
Yes.
Okay.
So, good afternoon.
So, so,
Good
but how do
afternoon.
I address you? Mrs. or Miss?
Mrs.
Okay. So, Mrs. Okwe. So, in the meeting here, we have Mr. Alex, which is the one speaking, and then we have Mr. James, and then we have Mr. Eze. So,
Okay.
Mr. James is going to lead this conversation, and then Mr. Eze is supporting. So, I'm here, although I may be off at the point. But I'm there. So, to you, Mr. James.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. James and Mr. Eze. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, good afternoon, madam. Nice to meet you.
I don't need to
Likewise.
tell
Yes.
God.
Okay. So, um, this is the first day of our 2 days home run on educare workshop with emphasis on finance and HRM. Okay. So this workshop is streaming live on YouTube. I'm sure it's part of what you received on the invitation. So what it means is that you can always revisit it on the YouTube link,
Okay.
even after this moment. All right. And if you have any question, since we made it a work, since we say it's a workshop, it's not a lecture. You can always interrupt me and have have your question answered instantly, or you can wait until the end of any particular session to have your questions answered. Whichever one that is comfortable for you, convenient for you, please use that.
Okay.
For the sake of those who might be joining us on live stream, while the live stream is on, you can leave your questions in the comment box, and be sure that we will get to that. But after the live stream, your questions will be open to the support to take care of, but not on live answers anymore. Okay, so on that note, I'm going to quickly share my screen and show us the concept we are going to apply in the course of the workshop. So this is Noble Hall. Mrs. Sobe, can you confirm that you have access to this URL?
I have access or I can view
That you can actually log onto this URL from your own part.
our website, right?
Yes, your portal.
Okay. Do you want me to do that now? Or I
Yes.
should just come? Okay. So let me do that.
Yes, I want you to log on.
Okay.
I want you to log on. Yes.
Sorry, it's loading. It's trying to open.
Okay. All right. So, well, at least we agree that your URL, you have access to it. Just a
Yes,
matter
I
of
do.
network. All right, fine, no problem. Okay, so what we have on the screen is just your dashboard. When you log on to the Noble Hall portal, this is your dashboard. Our focus in today's workshop will be on HR Manager. It is one of the modules on the left pane. For tomorrow, it's going to be
Sorry,
on
how did you
finance.
get here exactly?
Okay, good.
Because I
So
was on the
that's
other
why.
page trying to get the website open.
Okay, so if you succeeded in getting the website open, you'll land here, the login page. And if you have your login credentials and you key in your email and password, which are your login credentials, and you click on login, the first place the first page you hit is your dashboard. And on
Sorry,
that
have
dashboard,
login credentials been created? Oh, I'm sorry. Should I be asking questions?
yes, you can.
Okay, have login credentials been created for me already? Or this is something that is yet to be done?
Mr.
Mr. James,
Alex.
please, let's just do it for her. I don't think I'll be done for her. Just
Okay,
go to add her as a staff. Then
as your staff.
yeah.
All right. So, even when you want to do it yourself, this is where you create a new staff.
She doesn't have to, don't show. Just create for her. Let her just do
Okay, so the staff role, admin, right?
Yeah.
Should we
Okay.
create a role? Should we create a role?
There's a
Okay,
role there already. HRM is already there.
okay, we have.
Okay. Okay. So, and the title, Mrs.
This is
First name
Okoyemi
and the surname.
Komolafe. Komolafe. K. Kilo.
Okay, that's correct.
Yes.
All right. Any other name?
Ayodeji.
Ayodeji. Okay. And we have your present address. You can always edit this later on, but for now, I'm going to just use Abuja, Nigeria. Permanent address, still Abuja.
Sorry, I think I'm already registered.
You
On the
are?
right side, I can see myself, Mrs. Okwe Komolafe HRM.
Oh, yes, you are. Okay, so in that case, you can use your login credentials to log in. Let's find that so that, okay, the HRM at noblehall.com. Do you
But
have
the
access to
password,
that?
you don't know the password, Mr. James.
So, okay,
Maybe you can just change the password on the fly.
I will just change the password and that will be that. So for now, I just gave you password as password. Just
Okay, one word, all small
PASS.
letters.
That's right. Just
Okay.
one small letters.
Okay.
Okay, so you can try now to log in. HRM at noblehall.com.
Okay, so
Try
I'm
to
on
log
that
in.
page now.
So if you are on this page,
Where's the sign?
that means you just HRM at noblehall.com and password login. That's all.
So where is the place to sign in?
I just did, and
You know the way it popped up in the center of your screen to sign in. I don't have that. Doesn't pop up for me.
you don't have this.
Sorry, let me go back to your page. I don't have that. It's not showing.
Okay. Okay, please look at the URL.
Okay.
This
So
is the URL, noblehall.educare.school.
Okay.
Don't
Okay.
the login
Noble
it will go to it .educare.school. It will go to
Educare.
login page itself.
Noble Hall. Educare.school.
Yeah. So if you are there,
I'm trying to get it open.
okay.
Okay, school portal loading. Okay. Okay. So educare
When it
connecting. Okay, yeah. So
opens,
email
simply
address.
type
So then okay, so that thing is here. Okay.
yes.
So HRM. HRM. .com. Then password.
So once you've entered the credentials, simply click on login
Yes,
button.
it's trying to, yeah, I did
That's
that.
all.
It's opening up.
Good. So when it opens up, you'll find the HRM module on the left pane. That's the menu sidebar on the left.
Okay.
And this is the HRM dashboard.
A data breach on a site or exclusive password. Okay. All right. Okay, so HRM on the left side. Okay.
That's right. So, and this is your HRM dashboard. So, and this is going to be our focus. Now, I would want you to have a full participation in the whole setup. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to swap positions now. Once you have a hand on how to get to this place and the general descriptions and expected goals, we will swap positions. You will share your screen and we will watch you operate on these administrative activities, right? So, but for a matter of introduction, like I was saying, this is the HRM dashboard. You can see that it is totally different from the general school dashboard, where you see the students and everything. You see the news feeds and the students breakdown. No, we're not interested in the students this time around. We are interested in the human resources that run the school. So, currently, you have a total of 36 staff. There is no job opening, there is no disciplinary case, and there is no leave application. These are quick links to the individual modules of HRM. So we have the personnel information management, we have the leave manager, we have the recruitment, the discipline, the training, and the performance manager. All right. So these are basically the 6 modules that we find on our HRM management application. So the admin is just a global setup. Administrative activities are global constructions like configurations, right? We separated them from the rest because anything you do here affects one or more of the other menus, that's the other modules. But within each module, there are individual configurations that are personalized to just, or rather customized to just that module. So let me take it again. Admin quick link comprises of all the global configuration of HRM, while on individual modules, their management, any configuration that is customized to their own activity, you find it within its own confine. So on that note, if we go to admin, we have job, organization structure, we have competency list, qualifications, we have the staff confirmation checklist, and the HR operation permissions. These span across every other module in the system. Okay, so that is the reason why we have the admin separate from the rest. Now, I don't know if you are seeing this. If you are seeing this,
you do
the
not have
reason is
access to this information.
yes. If you are seeing this, that means that here in operations permissions, you are not permitted yet to do HR jobs. So this is what I'm going to do as super admin of the school to give you such access. I'm going to log in as super admin and go over to the dashboard, because like I said, the HR permissions menu gives you access to handle everything on the system. So right now you can see that it's only the super admin that has access to almost everything in the system. So to add you, all I need to do is click on edit, find your name, and make you part of it. So at this point, you can see salary components. And if I do that for every one of the operations that we have here, you have such access. You have such access. So for instance, the one that we wanted to handle right now that made us come to this place in the first place was PIM. Okay. So to make it easy for us, I'm going to add you to Permission Manager so that you can always give permission to yourself for any activity that you so desire or you are supposed to handle. The thing is,
Okay.
previously we were not informed of who is going to be the HRM, right? So the super admin, the job of the super admin is to do this setup first before we even start the operations. The HRM has to be given the access to these things. So it's about 100 and something permissions, 143 permissions that are
Wow.
required. Yes. So, and the reason these things are separated this way is because, in as much as you have access to HR module, right, there are some operations that normal staff are not supposed to see. They should not be able to entitle themselves on leaves, even though they have a leave control, right? So for me now, right here, this apply button is not supposed to be open for everyone. Well, it's supposed to be open for everyone, but leave list is supposed to be handled by only HR. So because of the individual controls that are necessary for each one of the actions, right? The permissions are different here. So there are some that everybody can access, but the management is left alone to a particular manager. In this case, that happens to be you. So this is what we're going to do right now. We're going to give you access for the sake of time. We're going to give you access to admin so that we don't have to waste time on permissions. Do you understand? So
Yes.
you're going to log in as super admin, which is admin@noblehall.com.
No, Mr. James.
Yes.
You can't give her access to the admin. I think it's better you create a profile for her, maybe another profile, because on the audit trail, we need to know who comes into the system and who goes
Okay.
out. So if you give access to admin, we can't know if anything goes on. So
Okay.
create an account for her, give her the admin privilege as in the account.
Okay, that's fine. I think we can just attach a new row to her already existing row.
Okay, if you can do that, that would be fantastic.
Okay, so super admin is not open for such application. All right, you will give me 1 minute.
Select the role again.
No, there is no super admin role here. Is this a super admin role?
Yeah, I think you should.
Is it a super admin role?
Confirm from the start.
Are you talking to me?
Either use Sam admin.
Sam
Okay.
admin.
Yes,
Let me.
Samuel. Samuel can't be super admin because he can't have access to salaries.
Okay.
It's most likely director, school director will be, and maybe principal.
No school director, I think. But Mr. James, just confirm.
Yes, let me just check. Okay, so it's just a manager.
So give her the admin role. Give her admin. I mean, just create a new role for her. Give her admin.
What I'm just simply going to do is to make admin role access admin dashboard. Now that won't still work. All right, so let's simply create a new admin role for you, and you'll use that to log in.
Okay.
All right, so that the idea is to save us time of having to
Grant permissions 146
grant
times.
permissions. Yes, so alternatively, okay, just give me 1 minute. I'll be right back on the
Okay.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back
Do
here.
I sign
So
off?
no. Everybody just give me 1 minute. Okay. The name again, Mrs. Ogbe, right?
Okay. Komalafe.
Okay. Okay. Just. Okay, you should have access now. Please, can you confirm that?
Let me reload. Is there anything in particular you want me to try and view? I just tried to, okay, yeah. Okay, I tried to view staff lists and I can
Okay,
see
you can see staff list.
the name, yeah.
Okay, that's all right. So I've given you a global permission on HRM.
Okay.
All right, so that sorts that part out. Okay,
I should come back and see what you're doing, right?
yes, please.
Okay. All right, so I'm back.
Perfect. Okay, so now that you have been able to log in properly as HRM and you are seeing everything you're supposed to see, I could continue from here and we'll be all right. But this is a workshop. Unless we agree that everything we do we can reverse, otherwise I would switch to my local host and be free to play with any data I care about here. All right, so I'm going to make the choice. We do it here, but at the end of the day, if there is any change we have made, I should be able to refer to them.
Okay.
All right, so on that note, I'll do some parts and you will have to do some parts yourself. Okay. All right, so this is HRM once again, and we were going to handle administrative configurations. Okay, so at this point, I was saying that administrative configurations comprises of every configuration, global configuration that concerns HRM. For instance, job salary components, job categories, pay grades, and work shifts and all that are used when we go over to, you'll see where they are used at employee, that's personnel information management. You will also see them playing roles in leave, management. You will see them playing roles in appraisals. You will see their roles in recruitment and all that. So they are settings that span across the rest of the menu. This is where you do them. So things like job that has salary components, categories, things like organization structure, competency list. For instance, competency list spans across performance and recruitment. Qualifications is used in PIM as well as recruitment. Staff confirmation checklist is used in PIM and so on and so forth. So admin menu again is for global configuration. So that's where we start. As a matter of fact, the HRM workshop will be broken down into 3 basic parts. The first part is the administrative configuration. The second part is the personnel information management. Then every other thing here is on usage, that is activities, HRM activities. So we find leave as an activity, training, performance, discipline, recruitment, and others. They are all grouped into HRM activities. Okay, so on that note, let me do the first part of it, which is salary component. We have an agreement that salary component is simply a series of allowances and deductions that you find in a pay slip, right? So,
Yes.
and it's usually, it comprises, first of all, of basic salary. There must be a basic salary. Then allowances like other earnings and deductions can now join up. It is on this note that the very first component there, which is the basic salary, happens not to have a delete button. As you can see, you can edit it if what you call it is first standard, exactly. So if you don't call it basic salary, whatever you call it, you can always edit and change the value, but you can't delete it. Meanwhile, if you have more to add besides the 15 that we have already added, this is the button, the plus button at the top right. This is what you use.
I put in
Yes.
India.
Good. That's good a question. So
Because it's India that has the Provident
that's
Fund.
contribution. That's right. So in that case, if we can as well just change it to palliative fund over here. Come
I
on.
believe
So that's flexible, right? If you want to add a new one, just click on this and simply add whatever you want to call it. At this point, you can add pension fund. I don't think it's already on the system, so let's say we have pension fund. Now, pension fund is meant to be a deduction from the salary of a staff, so that's why the type is deduction. But if you want to change it, simply click on it to toggle, right? And I don't know, pension fund, is it calculated in percentage or exact amount?
Percentage of certain parameters. The accountant is going to do that. I think we at some point, I think maybe our this salary administration, finance and HR has to do it together.
Together, that's right.
Yeah, so I think maybe when I've done my 2 sessions, she's done 2. Maybe our last session can be together.
Exactly, because payroll and salary advance requests are actually in finance module. You don't find them in HR. They are services to HR, right?
Yeah,
so
maybe tax
you are
management.
correct. Exactly. So you are correct in saying there is supposed to be a place where both of you intercept. That is correct. So, but for now, for the sake of setup, this is what we do. This is where you set whether it is in percentage or is an exact amount.
Percentage.
Right? Yeah, if it is in percent, then you have to select percentage here. Now, being part of payable is, of course, a matter of company policy, right? I mean, are you adding it to the salary take home of a staff, or is it simply a blueprint, right? So things like
I don't
earnings.
understand what you mean.
Okay, so if we have something like feeding, for example,
Okay.
and we know that feeding is part of the expenses the company runs on behalf of a staff. The
Yes.
fact that it is included in your salary does not mean that they give you the 5,000 naira for the
Okay.
month.
It's benefits, not
Thank you.
compensation. Okay.
That's what we mean. So if it is simply benefit, it's not part of payable. But
Okay.
if it's benefit,
If
then
it's
you have to.
compensation,
If it's compensation,
then that's a yes because they get the cash from.
that's right. Okay, so the next is whether it is a cost to company, right? There are some of the blueprints that the company has to pay for, while there are others that come directly from the salary of the employer,
Oh, the
right?
employee.
Good. So, I mean, the employee rather. So that's what this is all about. That's what the whole setup is all about. So you
Okay.
can always add a new one or edit the already existing one. Okay. And change whatever you want to change and click on edit salary, and instantly it will take effect on the names, or as the case may be.
Okay.
Okay. Right. And to delete is very simple. Simply click on it and confirm, and it's lost. All right.
Okay.
So the same thing, the same process that we just witnessed now goes on in basically every part of this. There is a crude operation: creation, reading, editing, and deleting is basic in the configuration. But knowing what to configure, knowing what to remove or add is where the expertise of an HR comes into play. For instance, we have the job categories. By virtue of by default, the system already comes with three: the academic staff, the non-academic staff, and the administrative staff. If you think that there are other job categories that you have in the system, in your school, you can add more here. Good. So I believe that this covers basically everyone in the school as category, right? You have the teachers in academic staff, you have the office assistants, the gate men, the cleaners,
Well,
the
we actually call them support staff.
good, it's good. So
It's then
all that.
admin is sort of admin slash non-academic, but these
Okay,
service workers are called support staff.
support staff. So all that is required is to go to edit,
Edit.
change
Okay.
this to support staff,
Okay.
right? And then
Yes.
go to
Oh,
edit, the last one, and which is the academic staff, right? I mean the administrative staff.
admin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and change it to admin slash
That's non-academic staff.
academic. Yes, sir. Okay, so that's basic. That's that's very basic, right? So
Yeah.
the setup is as simple as that. If you want to add a new one, just click and fix them in. All right. The next is the pay grades. Now,
So these three categories are the ones that you have standard on your payroll, right?
on payroll, that's right. So if you want more,
Okay.
you can
We
add
can
more.
have we have outsourced staff.
All right. So add outsourced staff on your from your own page. Let's see. Let's be sure that you know how to do this.
Did I even look at
Yes.
how you got here?
Yes. So,
Oh my
so
god.
this is what we're gonna do now. Um, I'm going to stop sharing at this point, and you share your page. We
How
all
do I
see.
share? I'm
So
not
if you look at
familiar
the
with
bottom,
this.
look at the bottom left of your page. Bottom
Sorry,
left.
just a minute. The page is trying to load. I don't know why Airtel. I have a router here. I don't know. It's acting up a bit. So sorry. Mm. Okay, so bottom left.
Yes. Bottom left. You see three buttons there. The first one is the chat. The second one is share your screen.
Okay, sorry.
That's the
Okay, sorry. I went to my own page. Okay. So bottom left of your page. Okay, the first one is the chat. Okay, the second one is share your screen. Okay, so
yes,
I'm clicking on that.
When you click on that, you can share your entire screen. Just click on the screen you are seeing there, and then click the share button at the bottom.
Screen. Share. I don't know. Okay, share.
Perfect. Now go to your school portal.
Okay. So we were in
Great.
admin, right?
Perfect. Now click on admin. Hover on admin. Yes. Job. The submenu job.
Salary, yeah.
Good. And
then pay grades, right?
Job categories.
Job categories, okay.
Job categories. That's where you want to add something.
Okay.
Yeah. It's very simple. So this is where you go to add.
Category.
You can see that the ones I edited are already on the screen.
Yes, I see.
That's right.
The job category. So outsource.
Yes. So go ahead, add the new one that you were going to mention.
Outsourced.
Okay. You can give it a few description. Perfect. Then
okay, so select role.
good. So outsourced staff, they are still teachers, so you have to select a teacher.
They're not.
Or
they're not. They are security and cleaners.
Okay. So in that case, they should be maybe. Is there security CSO? Yeah. So stuff like that.
I don't.
So if the role is not there,
I don't see it there.
you don't see the role there, right?
It's not there. Apparently, they're not registered on here.
Okay. So a quick fix on that. I'll quickly create. What did you call them? What did you call their roles?
Security personnel and the cleaners, they're outsourced. And
They are
on our
outsourced.
every payroll, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to create a general role called outsource.
Okay.
Okay, so that you can select that from the list. So a quick fix.
But they have different salaries. I hope it won't cause a clash if all of them are in one bunch.
They have different salaries. No, the salary components are individual.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Okay, so if you refresh the page, you will see outsourced personnel. You should have them on the list.
Okay.
So can you see it on the list? Okay, you're still filling up descriptions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Perfect. So just click on that and then add job category. All right, so it continues.
Okay.
All right, continue.
I'm
So
done.
you've been able
I've
to
added
add
it.
that. Perfect. So that is as simple as that. So on that note, you will have to continue. So we've switched over the role of
Yeah, I'm
the
done.
workshop. Yeah, you're not done.
Okay. So what next?
All right. So the next is going back to the admin.
Okay.
Yes, going back to the admin hover. Yes, still under the job menu. The next is the pay grades.
Okay.
Yes. So now on the pay grades, of course, we're talking about the different levels, right? This is where you define the steps and their minimum and maximum basic salary, right?
Did
Their
you
minimum and maximum.
discuss this with the director?
No, as a matter of fact, this is our pre-filled data, which you are at the
Meant
liberty
to
to
adjust
delete.
because we have
Yes.
different salary structures for the academic
For,
staff,
for
core subjects, academic staff, other subjects, and then non-academic staff.
Perfect. All that is required is to fill them all in here. Their basic salary structures. The allowances are different, is a different ball game, but we're talking about the basic salary, right? That
Yeah.
very first one. Good.
Well,
So
the thing now is
yes.
we'll need to work with finance because the figures that we negotiate is a accumulation of everything.
Okay.
And we've not
So
been
at the end of
operating pay slips, so I really don't know how it's broken down, as in what
great.
percentage of what amount in 100K goes for
Yeah.
feeding, what amount is
Yeah.
transport. So I don't know what basic is,
Okay.
but with accounts, we'll do this.
Okay. So basically you would have to have this discussion with accounts. But
Yeah.
for this moment, for the sake of knowledge, we are going to try to add one or two and then also delete one or two. Make sure that it is working perfectly and you have a good understanding of it so that by the time you have a discussion with the accounts, you should be able to fix what needs to be fixed. Right.
Okay.
All right. So simply click on the add button at the top, right?
I
To add a
thought
new
we're
one.
editing. Okay.
That's right. Just let's
Okay.
start from creation. So add a pay grade. Add something that you are already aware of.
That's the category. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is about 100,000.
Yes.
Does it do commas? Okay,
No,
doesn't do commas.
not on the input box, but eventually it adds the comments. Okay. And in what currency? You pay in dollars?
I wish. I wish. Quickly, I'll go and do PGD and become a teacher. Okay, so add pay grade.
So add pay grade,
Okay.
and you see that makes it number 5.
Okay.
All right. So it's as simple as that. To delete, you already have the button, and to edit, you already have the button. Can you try to delete number 1? Perfect.
Okay.
Can you try to edit number 2? Change it to 130,000.
Okay.
Okay, that's all there is. That's all there is. So let's quickly go to the next configuration. So by the time you have discussed with the accountants, you know what to do here, right?
Okay.
All right.
So should we go back to admin?
Yes, to admin, go to job menu and work shifts. So the work shifts, of course, we know what it is all about. What time of the day do you work? and what time of the night do you start your own work and stuff like that. So security, for instance, I know they'll have night work shifts and all that. But for staff, I mean, for maybe academic staff and all that, I know it's all mornings, right? So all that is required here is to fix the resumption and closing hour for the school. If you have a different package of worksheets, this is where you enter them. Okay. So, yeah, it's a very simple thing. The same way, either you are adding or you are creating or editing.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's just very varied. Varied for security, varied for kitchen, varied for gardeners. So
yeah, so all you need to do is whatever you call them,
edit.
just give it a name, edit, and choose the time frames, and that's it. If they are 5, 10, it doesn't matter. It is very dynamic. You can add more to it.
Okay, so then why does it delay like this?
Okay, then the time. You can either click on the box and type it in, or you do what you're doing right now.
Okay, yeah, sure that just on the box.
That's it.
So 4, 15. What's happening? 15.
Clean that up. You already have 0.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So that's one part.
Okay. Work hours 8 hours for minutes.
Yes, 8 hours 45.
Have we not exceeded labor? Sorry, what are these 28 and 29 behind it? Are those seconds?
Okay. Yes, seconds, just seconds.
So I don't know. How do we wipe that off? Because it doesn't make sense.
It wouldn't matter. But then for now, just the system simply looks at the current seconds and adds it to the system. Anyway, what you have is 7:30 to 4:15.
4:15.
Yeah, which is 8 hours 45 minutes. The seconds are not really much, but we will look at that. See if we can just do without it, Abby.
Yes, please.
Stop at minutes, no problem. That's fine. That's a good observation. We'll take note of that. So that's as simple as it goes. All right. So you take your time and ensure you fill in all the work shifts for record purposes and for other activities.
Okay.
Let's quickly go to the next menu, which is job titles. Now, this is one of the most essential part of the system. This is where you decide the job titles and the job descriptions of every staff. Some of these are already, job descriptions. What do they do in the school, right? You have to upload that as a specification file. In short form, it's called spec file, right? So you have to upload their job spec so that of course, the idea here is that if this is properly set up by a certified, professional HRM, any admin, anybody at all with good knowledge of handling computer can run the HR of the school. That's one use case. Another use case is assuming that you happen to be a new intake, a new recruit, a new staff in Noble Hall, and you met a system like this. All you would have done would be to get your own URL, your own username, log on, understudy what they already have. You instantly know you instantly know Noble Hall's HRM management scheme,
Okay, so plug
because
and play, basically.
everything is plug and play. You understand? But that plug and play can only be efficient if it is properly set up.
Properly set up, which is the nightmare
Yes.
of it. I'm waiting for you to get to personal information management, and you tell me who is going to input all of that. Oh, because I was just quiet when you were inputting for students. I'm waiting for when it will come to staff, and I'll see who you point at that will do it.
It's still you.
No, it shan't be me. Hey,
It
Jesus.
shan't be you. He's only 36, and I mean, you're
No,
lucky.
it's not 36. So I was looking at that number. We have 70 something people.
Staff.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
that means
we have about
you,
50 that are ours. Then we have
you got
about
work. You got work to do.
almost 30 outsourced. So,
You got work to do. You got work to do.
no, you must do some.
Hmm.
Yes, because there's no HR department. It's just me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that right? So let's just get to know how to use that first. All right. All right. So just yet again, top right is to add a new one.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out like a teacher, instructor. Were you told these or you just came up with these?
These are pre-filled by the
Okay.
system.
Okay.
So all you need to do is add new ones or remove these ones or edit them according to your own standards. You get that?
Academic. It's changed here too. Remember the job category? We changed administrative to administrative / non-academic
Exactly.
staff.
That's right.
Okay,
So
so
you can
this
see
is
them
part
here.
of the spillover you're talking about.
Exactly. So you
Okay.
can see that already. So can you try to add one? Let's be sure you have a
It
good grip of
works.
this.
Okay. A description. Okay, so I'm not even adding procurement officer.
Beautiful. So go ahead.
So, color description is like sorry, I'm trying to drag and say okay, I can't drag
No, it's a
the
model.
box.
It's a model. It's not. It's a web application. That's on
What
your.
are the
Not on
what are
your
the
desktop.
descriptions like?
What do the procurement officers do? Purchasing.
Purchasing, yeah, purchasing.
Yeah.
Purchasing. Consumables,
Yeah.
and resources.
That's all. So no, just from the box. Yes, from the drop down box. It's only when it's not on the list.
It's here. Big grade.
That's when you
Big grade is
you have
already.
to
It's
click
kind
the
of
plus button.
haphazard. So let me just click on
Good.
anything. Okay.
Yeah, of course. For now.
Okay, so this is where I upload the JDs.
Now the spec file.
The
Exactly.
job description.
So
Okay.
once you upload that, the
I'm
job
working.
descriptions. Yes.
We're working from home, so all the JDs are on my desktop at work. So.
Okay.
Okay,
You
yeah, I
can
think
quickly
I have some documents. Okay, I have some old ones here. So let
just
me go.
anything at all, any PDF that
Okay.
you have. For now, later
Wait,
on you
what's the
take it.
PDF?
Yeah, PDF, DOC. That's
It
either
can be a
Word
Word
or
file.
PDF. That's what I'm saying. Either Word file or PDF.
Okay.
It works. It works fine.
I'll go for I didn't copy that folder.
For now, you can upload handbook. Just anything at all that
Anything
looks.
that works.
Yeah,
Okay.
just for us to move on for now. But just remember that the right
I should take it off.
items. Exactly.
Okay.
So the notes
add
can be as simple as please refer to the spec file, or you can just leave it open.
Okay. Remember to change spec file.
Exactly.
Okay, so
That's it.
Okay, I think something might be wrong, or
It's
maybe
not going on.
network. It's not adding.
It can be network. I hear your voice clearly. So
Okay, yeah, it's where are you? Oh yeah, here we are. Okay, so it's added.
all right. Okay. So that's as simple as that. Oh, you added it 3 times.
Oh, it didn't respond. No, added
Okay,
it
so
3 times. Did you see more? Are you
okay.
seeing multiple copies?
I thought I did, but it's fine. No problem.
Oh,
You
it
can always
was. Let me
edit
go to
one.
the next page. Oh, it
Yeah.
kept adding all the.
Each
Okay, let me
time you
delete
click
all the
on it,
excess.
yes, you can delete the rest. Uh, um, Perhaps it took time to bring up your notification of success, so you didn't know
Yeah,
it was
so
already
it
adding the
kept
ones that you are.
adding.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
it's fine. So you can always delete the ones that you don't want, or you can
Okay.
edit them to something different.
Okay.
All right. So it's as simple as that. Let's go to the next so that we save time. Later on, you take your time, put in every job title that are in your school, right? So that
This
the
is long
management of
vacation
this
homework.
personnel, you see,
This is long vacation homework.
the,
Yes,
the,
now.
the fact remains that the moment you do this right,
No, I understand. Once you set
your
up your
job,
HRIS, you
everything
just,
else
yeah,
is
everything becomes a walk in the park. As in
exactly
everything that doesn't have to do with
every,
face-to-face people.
yes,
Your
of course. That's what I'm talking
administration
about.
becomes a
Yes,
walk in the park
they
once
work
you
in the
get it set
park.
up. So
That's
definite
right.
setup is okay. So let's go to employment status, right?
Yes. So employment status is simply about your kind of status. Are you a permanent staff or a contract staff, or a freelancer, or you're a half-day worker, full-time, part-time, stuff like that. So
Outsourced.
yeah, or you are outsourced, just like you already have. So just a matter of
Okay.
adding or deleting or editing the existing ones. So these four are pre-filled. Some of them may not be applicable in your own case. You just change them.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a fair understanding. Let's quickly go to the next. The
Organization.
next is organization, and the only thing we have there is the structure. The organization structure
Do I
is
click
like,
on it?
yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Is simply a quick view of the breakdown of the whole staff split, right? So you have the support staff, you have the administrative staff, and you have the academic staff. Under each one of them, for instance, administrative staff, you can see that there is academic administrator, there is academic coordinator, there is executive director, principals, and everyone, right? So at a glance, you can easily say, okay,
Sorry, but these are all supposed to be removed, Abby, because they are
of course,
all under.
they don't. So they are part of what you need to do from
Okay.
job categories, right? Of course, you can see the procurement officer that you created a moment ago. We have 3 copies of it here.
Yeah.
Good. So
Sorry,
you have to remove it.
I thought organization structure would be like the organogram.
Yes, the organogram. You can also toggle. There are 2 views to this. A tree view. This is which is what you're currently looking at. And then when you click on the toggle
Yeah.
off at the top, right? Yes, it changes the view to this, where you see the breakdown of how many units are in each of the rows.
What do you mean by units? How many individuals?
How many job categories.
What do you mean by job categories?
You just created a job category called procurement officer, right?
Okay, that's okay. That's
That's
designations. Okay, how many
the
designations
designation.
and each one?
Exactly. Okay, so you call
Okay.
it designations. Okay, fine. So that's what you see under each one of them. So if you open that, just click on the units.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, click
Oh,
on that. No, just at the admin,
because
the
okay,
admin
admin.
button. Yes, and it shows you the 2 different units. So you have the support staff and you have the academic and non-academic.
Okay.
And then you have 8 positions under administrative and non-academic. Just clicking on it shows you the 8 positions. That's it. So
Okay, but it doesn't, this structure doesn't show you any sort of hierarchy, does it?
we take this as hierarchy, but if you have a
It can be.
suggested view,
Executive director can be the third.
can't be the third.
Can't be the third. Yeah, executive director
Okay,
has
so
to be way
we don't.
above academic.
Yes, we
Administrator.
don't know this for your school, right? And
Oh, okay. These were set
this
up
is
in
yes, these
hierarchy.
are previewed. So all you have to do is set it up in hierarchy in
Oh,
your
okay.
context.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, so how do I work on this now?
Sorry.
How do I edit this?
It's in the job categories, the same place you added procurement officer.
Okay, so that means they all need to be added over there in hierarchy.
In hierarchy, exactly.
Oh.
Suggestively, from what you are saying now, we should be able to reorder it at this
Yes.
point.
Instead of having to do
once I heard your I
yes,
knew
nah. Yes, nah. Who's going to do Jackie work?
All right,
No,
that is
yeah, if the option is there, because I noticed that once you add something, it goes to the very bottom, which
Yes.
means that if you forget something, you have to delete and start all over. If the
Yeah.
reorder option is in there, so if you can write that in.
It's tedious. All right, so we've noted that, and
Thank
we'll work
you.
on that. Make this order. We can make this ordered.
Okay.
We enable reordering here.
Okay, that's in the job categories, right?
The job categories,
Okay.
that's
Job
right.
categories feeds the organogram. Okay, so
Yes.
it's something I need to note. Write that down.
Yes, the job categories feed the organogram. That's right. The job categories are the ones you're seeing: the support staff, the administrative staff, and then the job titles are right under it.
Okay.
So the organogram is a combination of job categories and the job titles below them. That's the job titles under each category.
Yeah.
That's what form the organogram. All right, to next. We will take a break at 2. 15 minutes.
We're more dancing. They say, oh, 15 minutes before the 2 o'clock.
You say?
I said, I don't know why I'm dancing. They say the whole 15 minutes before the 2 o'clock.
Is that
Okay,
right?
so sorry, did I have
next?
another question about organogram?
Okay, go ahead.
I'm trying to see, because organogram shows hierarchy, it shows reporting line, it shows career growth progression. So this shows hierarchy. I think reporting line, is it possible to expand this function to show what designation reports to who?
Okay. Right now we already have the supervisory / subordinate setup under PIM. So what we can do is to extend that to organogram.
Okay, yes, if that helps, because organogram is always it's something that people it easily shows you, yes, quick view, exactly. It shows you who you report to, it shows you who is not your mate, it shows you what career progression opportunities. No, because the world of today,
if you're at the bottom chain, by virtue of looking at the organogram, you know what you could be targeting.
Exactly. That's it.
I get your point.
So because this is also striving to make us go paperless. So if this can do that, then I don't need to send emails of a Word document explaining, okay, this is a middle manager, this is the senior manager, and all
so
of
once
that.
you are the principal, you simply look at the organogram, you know who you should be reporting to.
Yeah. So once you are maybe the marketing person also, the principal, everybody reports to you, really.
Surely, directly or indirectly.
Yeah. I get your point, though. Okay, so where do we head to?
Next,
So you said there are
still on the
3 toggle
configuration.
views, or it's 2 views, right?
Two.
Okay, you said you're going to help do some work on this, right?
Just to add, to maybe do a quick spread, more like a horizontal tree view. Currently, I think
Yes,
we have vertical tree
fantastic.
view. So a horizontal tree view. So you have the bottom chain climbing all the way up.
Yes, and
In
as in full report
triangular.
to full.
In
Yeah,
triangular view. Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
I think I get your picture. So
Should I
we'll put
should I
that.
show you? Do I have an organogram on my desktop? Should
Please
I
check.
let me
Please check and set it up.
see
Yes.
so I can show you the wrong folder. Stop. Okay, so this is sort of this is a PowerPoint, not the word. Oh, this is going on. Okay.
Yeah. That's a tree view. Horizontal tree view.
So this is
Yes.
sort of what
That's the
I'm
horizontal
looking
tree view.
for.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Triangular
actually,
all the way
academics is pretty straightforward, but admin is all over the place. Yeah, so it would be nice if people can sit in their offices and they can see their direct report line.
Yeah, I got you. So this is already covered programmatically, but view-wise, yes, we have to make this work. So
Yeah.
after the workshop, I would like to have a copy of this on by mail. You can send it to Mr. Alex. I'll get it.
Okay.
All right.
All
Thank you,
right.
ma.
Thank you.
So well, let's forge ahead.
So,
The next is the competency list. Like I said, the competency list spans across few modules on the system. The training, the performance, that's appraisal, uses this competency list. Recruitment, that's interview, uses the same competency list for their questions grouping. And competency list is all about, right, the competencies that describe a set of skills and abilities that are required for any particular level of performance or job category or even a title, right? A job title. So if you're a staff, a teacher, an academic teacher, for instance, there are some skills and competencies that are expected of you, right? So this is where you have the list of all the competencies in groups, as in categories. And to add a new one, it's just that the same top right button.
sorry, just a minute. You have
Yeah, so some
okay.
of them are
Just
pre-filled
a
already.
set of competencies for a teacher.
Sample, yes, sample set of competencies for a
Okay, but I
teacher.
don't see where
And
the
you can add
title
more for
is.
admin.
What
The
the
titles.
title, as in the role that owns this competency, is not labeled.
Yes, so okay, so that's the idea. The idea, remember what I said, that this is configuration schematics.
Okay.
At the end of the day, when you start creating appraisals, you will use this list. When you want to do recruitment, the questions that you will be asking and the templates that you will be creating for a particular job, you will use this same competency. So this is more like a library
No,
of
I understand what you
competencies.
mean. I understand what you mean.
Exactly.
I'm just saying that
So
looking
they
at
are not
this
directly
for
attached.
teachers, no, I'm looking at it. I can see that these are competencies listed for
It-
teaching,
Okay.
but I don't
Okay.
see where it's written that this is for like this, like the heading, like the
Yes.
ownership of this. Where is that
The-
supposed to be written?
okay. So that's what we're saying. That's what we're saying now. That
Okay.
at this point, we don't even know which one is which because this is more
Oh,
like a library of competencies
okay.
grouped in
Okay.
categories. So at the
Okay.
end of the day, where you want to use it, where you are making selection, for instance, let's say you want to appraise a teacher, right?
Yeah.
You will have to create a template for that appraisal. That's when you go to the list of competencies and check box the ones that you want to use for the teachers, and it will show up.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. All of that will
under
come up when we get to appraisal,
but
performance
exactly.
management.
Yes, but here it's just a matter of list all of them so that you don't have
For
to
every
because
role,
and
I should
every
just throw
role.
in, okay, every
Yes.
as a competence is expected for every diverse
Every
role
role,
in the
every
school.
diverse roles, all
Okay,
of
like
them
a
are
bank.
like a bank.
Okay,
That's it. That's what it is. Competency bank.
okay.
You
Because
just
I
use
see
the right.
competency list and I see a question mark beside it, so
Yes,
I'm
click on
wondering.
it. Click on it. You see what it did? It simply hides the notification, the quick information that's
Okay,
displays on the list. Click on it
okay,
again, it shows up. So it's more
yeah,
like a hint.
okay, okay, okay,
It's
okay.
a
So I can
hint,
just
yes.
add as many competency categories
And
that I want.
competencies under them.
Okay,
That's right.
okay,
All right. Then the next, eventually we'll see where to use this, right?
okay,
But this is where you fill them in, like
okay.
question bank or competency bank, like you said.
Qualifications.
Now, the qualifications are also as simple as you can see: skills, education, licenses, languages, and memberships that are accruable in your school or necessary for different kinds of jobs in your school. For instance, if you click on skills,
Okay.
you will see that we have at least 5 or more of skills that are necessary in a school, like interpersonal skill,
Okay. This is also like a
social
bank
skill.
also.
It's also a bank of skills.
Okay.
So now you're beginning to get the idea of what I meant that admin is a global structure, global
Yeah.
configuration scheme, right?
Yeah.
So that's where you keep all your banks.
If I'm
All
trying
right.
to
So
create a job advert,
yes, we'll get to
is there
that.
a place?
That's
Okay.
under
Oh, we're
recruitment.
getting there. Okay.
Yes, that's under
I don't think we'll
recruitment.
get there today, Sha. Still very far to the right. So,
Okay.
but
So,
no wahala. All right.
yes, I think what we'll have to do eventually is once we are done with admin and PIM, the rest will be dependent on your priorities. Like we can
Okay.
choose to go to recruitment straight up
Okay.
if
Well,
you have a pinpoint there.
performance.
Yes. So
Okay. Okay.
all right. So
All right.
skills education is also a bank of all the education certifications that are necessary in your school. Professorship, BSc, master's degree. You just make an entry of all of them
Okay.
here. It's a bank again.
How to create
We'll see where to
SSA.
use them in PIM.
Those WAEC. There's no opportunity to add.
YX.
Yeah, because the gardeners,
Oh
teaching
yes, there is
assistant,
at the top right,
it's not there. Oh, add
right
education.
there.
I'm sorry. Okay.
That's right.
Okay. Okay. So let me just do this now. So I know that
All right.
this one page out of the millions is complete and
Okay.
ready to go.
All right. Okay. It's as simple as that. It's already on
Okay.
the list right
Great.
there.
All right.
Okay. So that's all about that. So all qualifications, you key them in the qualification banks, right?
Okay.
All right. Next is the confirmation checklist. Of course,
Okay. I shouldn't bother with licenses and languages
licenses,
and
languages, all those ones are the same thing. So just
okay.
bank them in.
Okay.
Now, confirmation checklist, as you well know, a list of items that are
Need to be
collected or
submitted.
given at the point of recruitment, right? Some of them are given when you are starting off your work, while others are things that you have to remit at the point of exit, right? So
At the point of exit.
yes, like if you are leaving the school, there are some of the things that you are given that you need to bring back, like your work tools,
And
right?
they are
So
in confirmation checklist.
and they are on the confirmation checklist, because this confirmation checklist also covers for exit
Okay,
clearance,
ID card. Okay, like ID card, need to drop that. That's
like ID
desktop.
cards, you need to drop it, your laptops and stuff like that. So your work tools, basically, right? And
Okay.
then when it comes down to your confirmation checklist, you talk about things like your CV, your your references, have they been
Credentials, yeah.
your credentials and all that. So all the verification pro forma that is expected within the 3 months or less or more of probation, right?
Okay.
All those things are here. You will also see where to apply them when we get to PIM.
What area manages the common? What area manages exit?
Okay, the same PIM.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yes, the same PIM. All
Okay,
right.
so
So
dates for each role when I'm trying to
for
confirm a role that I've created, I
for each person,
recruitment
actually,
brings me here for me to tick, right? For each person.
yes, for each person, you just tick the items that will be required for the confirmation and
I
save
think
it.
immediately we're done with admin, we should go to recruitment because I'm recruiting right now, so to be
Oh,
nice if
really?
I just
Okay. So what we will do in that context is we fill up just one personnel from the PIM, just for you to have an overall understanding of how to fill up the PIM, and then we go straight to
okay.
recruitment. All right. Okay. So let's also visit. Of course, we already see how to do HR operations permissions, right? So
How?
that's
We've not
it's
been there.
more
Oh.
about, yeah, just click on it. The idea is to be able to give permissions to
Oh,
staff,
okay.
individual
The
staff.
issue with me.
Yes,
Okay, the
exactly.
permissions. Okay.
Yes, yeah. So
Oh,
this is where you give access to do anything in the system to
okay.
anybody. So who should be able to see, edit, delete, view any part of the HR components.
Oh, so am I the one that is permitting people?
At this point, I have given you that permission to permit others. So
Okay.
congratulations.
Ah, thank you. How much are they sharing? For having that power. I understand what you mean anyway. So,
All
okay.
right. So, and that's a wrap of part
Admin.
one of HRM,
Yay.
which is administrative configurations. Okay. So now from here on, everything that we have set up so far, we'll start using them, starting with PIM, down to leave, training, performance, discipline, recruitment, and everything else. But before we go there, I want you to look at one more aspect of banking or listing of items, which is the document templates. Can you quickly go to document templates, which is the last of the menu?
Okay.
Yes. So, like you have seen in the case of job title, right? There is a place where you have to upload job specifications, such
Yeah.
that anybody who is now recruited under such job title, you don't have to crack your brain to send to draft or begin to search from your desktop to look for the file. Okay, this person is a teacher, a subject teacher. Where again did I keep his subject, the job specification for a subject teacher? You'll have to start cracking your brain. No, all you need to do is go to the job title, click on it. You see the job specification is already uploaded, and just click on it, and you can download it and forward it to the person, or you can simply attach it as a mail to the personnel, right? So it stays in the system permanently, right?
Yeah.
Now, the same thing accrues to document templates. So some of the document templates that you have, like the Word documents that you have, like cover letters for recruitment, things like advertisements, right? You can have some of them here preset, such that all that is required is anytime you want to use it, you just click on anyone of interest, and then maybe modify name, date,
Okay.
stuff like that, and you push. Same thing with the uploaded document templates. The uploaded document templates are more like this. Now that we're talking about job descriptions and all of that, right? Some of these templates, or even now that we're talking about your, maybe if we're talking about your your anthem, your guides, right? Schools. I mean, some schools have staff guide,
Okay, like manual, it's
like
employee
manual,
handbook.
good handbooks and all that. So it's
Okay,
not
but you
something
don't
you
have
need
stuff
to
like
implement.
a draft of employment letter, a draft of
Good. So a
confirmation
draft of
letter,
employment letter, you
okay,
can also have it either
salary increase, all those
good
standard templates.
standard templates. All you need to
Oh,
do is push them up there as Word documents, and or if they are PDF, you upload them on the uploaded document templates tab, right?
okay.
So for Word document, now click on the new Word document, new Word template at the top right. Yes, right there. You see that here you have a text area where you can actually
Oh, copy and
put
paste.
words, copy and paste. That's the difference. Whereas the one of the uploaded is actually an upload copy of the file.
Okay.
So here you can create things like letter of employment, letter of rejection, sack letter. So things that you know that anytime you need to send a message as a body, like you want to send a
Yes.
mail now and it is meant to appear on the body of the mail.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of things that you put in here.
Can
Um,
I can
when
I
you get
com
to
can I
recruitment,
attach a document from here to an
okay, no,
email?
not
Okay, I have to
not
copy and paste on a
you
Word
copy and
document.
paste on the word, yes, on the
Okay.
text area, yes. So, for instance, right now, let's create offer of employment as a template. As simple as that. So you see the box down there, yeah. So if you already have a normal upfront of employment letter that you have maybe on your desktop, you can simply open it on Word, copy everything, paste it here, format
Okay.
it, make the bold parts, the heading parts, the underlined parts, the URL parts, everything. Just edit as though you are editing in MS Word.
Yeah,
The
but I
idea
can't copy the whole the logos and everything for this. Anyway, it
no,
doesn't matter because I
it
can't
does.
really can't attach. I can't.
The school logo. The school logo is by
Yes, but
default on every mail.
okay.
Anytime
So
you
really, what I'm just doing is creating a bank of a template.
a bank of
I can't use it
templates.
for a live email.
No, there are some part of it like during recruitment. If you select offer of employment right now,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you have in that letterbox will be
Okay.
the body of the mail that will go to the recruiter, the staff.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Well, when
So
we go to recruitment, then
yeah, when we get there, you see that. Yes. So for
okay.
now, just fill anything. Just fill anything. ABC 1 2 3. Just make an entry. I just want you to make an entry. Yeah. Yeah, just add
Okay.
template.
And then I should discipline. Okay. Ah,
Just add.
sorry.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
How do we get to
Is that
discipline?
what they wrote on it?
Ah. What happened?
Is
How
that
did we
is
get
it?
to discipline?
Never mind
Is
them.
this standardized?
No, it is, but the
How?
the lettering was wrong. So we'll look at that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a
Okay.
document template, please. All right, so the same thing goes on the uploaded document part. So that part, you see that what you can do there is not, you can't enter a text area, but you just have to upload a document, right? So click on the new upload template, and you have this box where you just select a file, give it a name, put a description, right? And then save it in the system. Yeah.
I finished typing long ago. I packed my hands there. Is there a way to make it? Is there any way to make it faster?
It's just the network. The JavaScript loader for you is poor when the network is poor. Yeah, so it's very fast over here, but it's fine. It's good that you're having the experience.
Okay, so I have my disciplinary measures.
Behavior management or something.
Yeah, I have that here.
Okay, so you just click on that and then you save.
Okay, save templates.
That's all. So anytime, any day, anybody comes to this system, henceforth, it's available. So this becomes, you are the one that will suffer because you are the first HR to use it, but the next person will enjoy
I like the way you put it, suffer. So that's the word, suffer is the word. When I'm done suffering, then one recruit will come and be basking.
Just go and
Voila.
all right, so that's what it is. Amen. I like that. All right, so that's the end of the first section. Yes, the first section, which is the global configuration. Now let's go to PIM, personal information. Let's see if we can finish that in 30 minutes before we go for break. Okay, so here you have the list of all your already existing staff. Siraj is there, Paulinus, Peter, Anyam.
Is there a particular order?
No, just the order of entry in the system.
Okay. Can I reorder? There's not that option.
Not here. Not here.
Okay, only the super admin can reorder.
Yes. Okay, so now the concept is very simple. You have the list of everyone here, and if you want to find maybe a particular person, you just search in the search box, and that's all. Like now we want to find you. You just type no, right there. Yes.
Okay. Nothing is happening.
You and your network. Just a moment. Let me see if it's something over here. Employee list. Okay, everything shows up. Okay. Mine is so filtered, so fast. So it's just your network. But it's okay. Simply.
Okay, it's one not so many. I cannot scroll down. If it
Scroll
works
down.
it should be working. So
yes, it's working perfectly. It's just network. Okay, so just click on Mrs. Software. You can see that from here. That's right. Okay. So now, this is where you said you want to see who would be.
For each person.
For each person, yes. So
okay, sorry, excuse me. Each person has access to theirs, right?
Of course, that's the tab you call My Info. Can you see My Info?
Because the HRIs I've worked with before, each person imputes their personal information.
Okay, that's another thing.
And then HR just pulls it together. That's it.
Okay, so
now for
you
HR to make one by one for each person. So is it possible to have that functionality?
We can activate that, but for now, we make everything the work of HR so that when you confirmed, you have confirmed.
And no, the thing is, if they can impute it,
And
then I confirm.
you do
Then
confirmation.
you can't alter. Yes, because the thing is, it also makes it easy for them to update their information. As in now, I might have emergency contact might change, number of children might change, next of kin changes. So this way, only HR can update information, which I'm not even, yeah, it's very hectic for me to start. But
Okay.
eventually I will get it done. But
Yeah.
it's, I
Well,
think
what if we can make it
more,
easier
yeah, it's more encompassing. It's a more
for
robust
everyone?
system.
Yes.
Yes, if everybody controls their own personal information,
At
HR
least to some
confirms and
extent.
then it's fixed. Yes, and then they
So
can now update with
once it's
requests.
confirmed, exactly. Okay.
Because you have the request permission, then HR can grant permission for them to update.
After which it will be confirmed again for
Yes,
and
exactly.
locked down. Fine. That's noted. Mr. Eze, are you with us? Hello,
Sir,
Eze.
yes,
Okay,
I'm
you're
with
with
you.
us, right? Okay, so I hope you're noting these things down.
Yes.
Do I start again?
Okay, I think we got it. It's also on
Okay.
record, so but I want him
Okay.
to be aware. All right, thank you very much, Eze.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So let's quickly fill the first person there, which is you. Start with the title, to the first name, to the surname. Okay. Six. First name. Okay. Okay. All right. So the employee ID, otherwise known as state PIN, is a default ID by the system. Of course, you can
Yeah.
see it's written FCS. That's Federal Capital Territory, right? That's Abuja. And then
Territory.
it has
Territory
about. I know that's we take the federal capital, then state,
okay.
because it's
Okay,
supposed to
okay.
be state everything, right? So FCS. That's what it is. If you're in Enugu, it should have been ENS. Okay, so
Okay.
FC state PIN. That's what it means. All right. And then if you have any other ID that you identify your staff with, you still have a box out there that you can use for that. So
Okay.
things like Noble Hall NH slash 2020 slash 12345. Those are peculiar to your school. But
Yeah.
the state PIN is a very is a centralized PIN for identification of a staff in ABJ. No two staff in Abuja has this number.
Mm.
As long as you're using
Okay.
educare, it is unique. All
Okay.
right. Then we have the job title slot. Of course, you can see some of the procurement officer job titles that we
Yeah.
created.
I'm not
Yeah. So,
existing yet there.
all right. So
No wahala.
you're not on the list yet, but just select one later
Let
on.
me
You can always
just
come
put
back.
what is non-academic? Okay,
Any,
non-academic.
any non-academic there?
They're bunched together.
Okay.
Let me just click on anything.
Just click on it.
Employee status.
Academic style. Okay.
There'll be
So
full-term contract or full-time contract permanent or something. I can't remember how this.
okay. So you have the list. Is the
There
list
list.
load up for you?
No, there's no
Sorry.
list. It's not dropping
Mine
down.
shows mine showed up. Mine showed up. Can
Okay,
you
it's come
refresh
up.
your page?
Full-time permanent.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Then the driver's license or national ID,
Oh,
just basic form, right? You need to have this, well, whichever means of identification you have for the
I
staff.
do. It's in my handbag far away. Do I get it?
Eh, just enter 12345.
Okay.
Later on, you can always come back and edit that. Right? And then expiry dates. So, what year? 2022?
Yeah, sometime 2022 or 2023, sometime around
Okay.
that. So let me just February.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Then the gender, the marital status, the nationality, date of birth. These are normal
Yeah,
personnel staff
normal.
detail, right? Yeah. So it's basic form. And you are right. It would be nice for the individual staff to fill some of these and then let the
Yeah,
HR to confirm. So at the point of confirm, it locks down.
exactly.
Yeah,
Makes
it's
it
fine.
far easier.
But yeah, far easier. It's a whole lot of Jurassic task.
I like the word we keep using. Jurassic.
So date of birth and you save.
Ah, what just
Yeah.
happened? This one is
You can click on the month. The month.
no, let me just
Click on the year. Scroll to the year of interest.
okay, when I click on month, okay.
I think it's
How do I
upwards.
drop? How do
Up,
I
I
go
think it's
backwards?
upwards. Scroll upwards. Yes. And then the month. And then the date.
Yep, very good.
Alternatively, you can simply type it in the box and
You should have
save.
said that before I said walking up and
I knew
down.
you.
Okay, so I'll save.
Save,
Okay,
and that's about that. So
okay,
the rest of the once you've done this, the rest of the form are as easy peasy as you can see them. Upload profile picture, enter contact details, emergency contact
okay,
dependencies. So we'll skip all those, go to career path. Now, career path is all about the, of course, you know what career path is, right? So just click on the ad and then you choose the entry points. And then when there is promotion, you also come to this place and you key in the career path for the personnel. When there is demotion, you have to key it in, right? So now, right now, the first is whether it is a promotion or demotion. You just click on that box and select. I'm sure it's the first one. So it's the first career path, which is entry level for the
but this
personnel.
for this is
The
this is
first
for
time you're
me.
setting up. Yes,
Okay, so this entry level because it's
yes,
a
you're
fresh
coming in for
setup.
the first time.
Okay,
Yes, exactly. So the job title is already there based on the previous selections, and then
okay,
when did
join
you join?
date.
Good, join date. When did you start? And is it ongoing or it has already ended? Stuff like that. So you simply key them in. You see, I know you love this part. Otherwise, you would have done what you have learned.
This one moved fast now. So we now I know how to do it sharp sharp.
That's the idea. That's why I didn't give you the shortcut. All right. So start
Okay.
date. Of course, you know the reason we have the two different dates, right? Joining dates may be different from the dates of resumption.
Yeah.
People are given employment on.
Hardly ever happens anyway because joining date is when you start to pay them. So
Uh-huh.
usually we have it date the same day.
Okay.
But
So
sometimes I understand.
yeah, yeah, that's the idea.
This is the same day, really.
Okay.
6th is January.
Okay.
And date. So this
So
just leave it
right now,
hanging.
yeah, because it's still ongoing, so you just save. And that's it. So you can see if you look at the end date column, it says till date, just like where you see on LinkedIn.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So now the next very important one is the salary.
Okay.
When we were in admin, we were able to do salary schematics, right? We created salary components and just salary components, things like earnings and deductions, right? This is
Yeah.
one of the places they are used. So let's add a staff salary component right now, a
So
staff salary structure,
can each person print their own pay slips?
of course.
Fantastic.
Yes. So just click on add. All right. You can continue.
Okay, so entry point salary structure, pay grade.
Good.
What are the
So
pay
when
grades?
you select the pay grade, remember we keyed in the pay grades, right? Under the administrative configuration, right? So
Yeah.
here you have the list of pay grades, and once you select a particular one,
Okay.
the minimum
Okay,
and
based on what
maximum
has
basic
been
salary
inputted. Okay.
is already marked, right? Exactly. So now when you scroll down, you see the list of other components, and you can add or remove anyone,
Oh.
starting with the basic salary at the top.
Okay.
Starting with the basic salary on the top. So the earnings are on the left, deductions are on the right. Okay. So
Nice.
the basic salary is 170,000 minimum, 220,000 maximum, based on the pay grade you have selected.
For basic
Basic.
or for total.
So no, just basic.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the total now is dependent on your income. I mean the rest of the earnings and the deductions that accrue on the pay slip. So let's say the basic salary is 180,000.
Okay, I should type that in.
Yes, under basic salary. Now you see the 180,000 is between 170 and 220, so there's no problem. But if
Yeah.
you try to enter 169,000 there, the system marks the text box red because it is below. Yes, it is below the yeah,
Okay.
right there.
It's
Yeah,
below the band.
exactly. It's below the band. If you try to go above, it will also mark it raw. So
Okay.
the manipulations, like you rightly pointed out, is done with the combination of the basic salary and other allowances and deductions.
Okay.
Yeah, so just like you rightly said again, that's if somebody is meant to receive 150,000, you may not know exactly how much out of the 150,000 is meant for food, transportation,
Yes.
accommodation, and other things.
There's somebody
So
that knows that.
good. So at the end of the day, let's say the person is supposed to be receiving 200,000, but 170,000 is basic salary. What it means is that allowances and deductions will have to balance out the rest.
Yes.
That's all.
Good. We're
Okay.
gonna have
So and to add any particular one, all you need to do is the checkbox on the right to activate the box. That checkbox, yeah. No, that one is
yes.
already active by default and disabled
Okay,
because
okay.
so
Okay,
for
so
the
let's
rest,
do
let's
yeah,
say medical
there's one of this
allowance.
that we use.
Did I use
Medical
medical?
allowance, that was a deduction. Health
Medical
insurance,
allowance is a
okay, medical allowance, okay.
yes.
Medical
Okay.
allowance.
Yes.
Okay, all of this is just theoretical, right?
They're theoretical. So at the end of the day, you have to set what works for you.
Yeah, we create what works for us. So let me say 20,000.
Okay. So the first thing you notice when you do earning addition is that on the bottom, just scroll to the
Yeah,
bottom.
the total goes up.
Exactly,
Yeah.
the total goes up, and by the time you add any deduction, the total comes down.
Oh, did you deleted the pension that you added earlier?
I think we did.
You deleted it because I'm looking for it here and it's not existing. Okay, so let me
Right.
do a health
Health
insurance
insurance.
deduction.
Okay. Now you see it's percentage. So no, it's in percentage, right?
Oh,
Remember that this one we set it up ourselves, right? So
okay,
I mean
okay,
it's pre-filled, and you can see that health insurance is in percentage.
okay. So let me just do
So let's say
5%.
5%. Yes. And if you go to the bottom, you notice that 5% of the basic salary has been deducted, and the rest is what you now have as payable to the staff.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So that's it's as simple as that. So at the end of the day, between these two manipulations, you still arrive at the 100,000 you want to pay. But the person's basic salary will be shouting 170, whereas the person's take home is
Ah,
shouting 80,000.
that's
Now,
life.
no wahala, no be my wahala.
Exactly. Ah, now what? Okay.
So when this is done, the rest is as simple as enter comments and save.
Sorry, this DNS allowance, I've been looking at it. Is it a real thing?
Oh yeah, it is. DNS allowance is allowance is given as a result of inflation.
Oh, that's
Yes,
nice.
that's what you call DNS allowance. Yes,
Multinationals, no doubt.
multinationals. Yes.
Ah, okay. They're the only ones that think like this. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so comments and
Comments.
yeah.
So we usually use the comments to leave notes of things like, okay, this is prone to be differential at the point of uh, payroll generation, depending on whether you have a salary advance request that is pending or you have a
Okay.
disciplinary case that was going to cost some part from your salary. Things like
Okay.
that can also influence the
Okay.
final take home,
So
right?
comments just explaining any
Explains
adjustment,
any
any
adjustment.
as in divergence from the normal
No,
monthly take home. Okay.
exactly. It's as simple as that. So with that, you save.
Well, it's a pity. This whole section, you're going to do it again with finance. We should have done an overlap of payroll
So
entirely.
the overlap simply means that you will be available tomorrow when we
Ah,
do finance.
I
Yeah,
have, what time is her training?
10,
10 to what time?
10 to 12.
10 to 12.
Yes.
Okay. I can loop
You
in
can
maybe
resume.
for like 30
Exactly.
minutes. He said, no, because I'm at work tomorrow and I have a million things to do.
Okay.
So, but you can, if you fix a certain time that you will do this, that you do payroll,
Okay. Payroll.
I can join up
Okay.
for that
That's fine.
period. Okay.
That's fine. Okay.
All
So,
right. Okay. So it
now
saves.
it's effective to present. That means it's effective until
Okay.
further notice. And of course, you
Okay.
notice that there is no delete button anywhere. The reason is because once this is activated for any particular staff, right? The staff stands I mean, a payroll might have been generated using that particular structure. So if you delete it, we lose history of that payroll um, source, right? So, but what you can do is to
I can
add
edit.
no, is to add a new one that will toggle this one off. So
Okay.
when you want to change anything, when you want to change a salary schematics, you simply add a new one, which closes the previous one.
So there's no way to track the history.
That's the tracking of the history. So the entry point salary structure, the only way we can track the history is to keep tag of which effective date, as in effective to what date. You can see currently it's present, which means it's still ongoing. Now, when you create
The
a new one,
reason why I'm saying this
yes,
is number one, some people unemployment have been wrongly placed
okay,
and you need to adjust.
okay,
Someone not there's no place to be able to make proper as in to explain your adjustments or anyway, there's no way to edit to make sure that it was never done. Someone walking in might think is a pay rise
Okay.
not knowing that there was an error in placement from the start.
From the start. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. Can you write in an edit function? But the edit function should have administrative authority. The reason why I say is because there's someone that came in wrongly placed. By the
So,
time the person found out that she was wrongly placed, the person was going to leave
okay.
until we place the person properly. So the person that me that did the HR adjustment, if I leave, someone else comes in. An HR manager will wonder why only one person had a salary review in a certain part of the term.
Okay.
But the person will not understand that it was a wrong placement from the start.
That needed to be
That
corrected.
needed to be corrected. Yes, not a
That's the reason
review per
anyone.
se.
Okay, I get your point. All right, so administrative voice, we should be able. Okay, fine, I get you.
You can write in an edit function. Yes,
Edit
please.
function with an audit trail.
Yes, exactly. And
Fine.
then yeah, there are places for comments already. So
All right, no
that's
problem.
it. So the edit one can now go, and then if you edit it, it can also be from point of resumption. You know, as in back date and stuff like that.
Yeah, even though
Ah.
it won't it
It might
won't
not wipe
alter the
off the
payroll that
history.
has been
Yes,
generated.
but it's
Exactly, because if the payroll has been used, if it has already been used on a payroll, right?
the history
The
must be
payment has
there.
already been exactly, the history has to be there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's noted.
Okay.
All right, then we move on to the next, which is the yeah, scroll down. Yeah, the next is the report schematics. So who is your supervisor currently? So you
Vice
just add
principal.
the vice principal. So you just add the person there. Just click add. If it's a
Okay.
direct, so it says a direct supervisory role, you just pick the name of the person from the list.
Yes, Mr. Bernard. It would be marvelous if this thing could be alphabetical.
Or wouldn't it be?
Yeah, it
Okay.
would. At least I just go straight to B.
Or you could have just typed B.
The last time I typed okay, it didn't pull it up.
So why didn't you try this time around? Try now.
Okay,
Let's click on it. Let's be
okay,
sure.
so let's try again. Okay, let me just type. It's already there, safe. Let me type Peter.
Oh, it's already there. It's all right. No problem.
Okay, so P came up. So let me type
Okay.
B. Although he actually even he registered as Mr. Bernard, so B
Okay.
won't
So
even come up.
yes, it will be M.
Ah, it didn't even still come up. It just went to M the name.
You just went to M the name.
Yes, as a name, as in went to Michael
Fine.
Banjo.
That's noted. Okay, that's noted. Okay,
Yeah.
you tried MR. Yeah.
Okay, went to Mrs. Sarah Huntington. I think
Okay.
there's a
I
small
think
challenge with the
yeah,
search.
with the search. Okay, fine.
And
That's
then
noted.
if it's possible to have everybody register with their titles, it makes it
So
easy because
currently you can see the dash dash there is for people whom you have already filled in their personal information. You can see that the rest are open, like empty. Look at your own name, Okweyemi. You can see academic administrator. That's already a
okay,
title.
okay.
For the rest, you have not filled in their titles, so it's currently empty. Otherwise,
No,
you would
but
have.
even the Bernard is empty, but there's a Mr. Mercy Dams, but there's a Mrs.
No, that's. Oh, okay. Is that what you mean? Like
Their titles. I'm saying
their,
that maybe that's why
their
Bernard
name
is not coming
titles?
up because some have titles, some don't.
Okay, so currently, remember what we said that this staff list as we speak is pulled from the uploaded staff list or the entered staff list the from staff management module.
Okay.
These people have not been given HR personnel information. So the
Yes.
moment they are given personnel information, you
Okay,
have
everything will
title.
arrange.
Title is compulsory.
Okay, and then the search function will work better.
The
The
search
search
function.
function, does it only work with the first alphabet?
That shouldn't be, but we check out why it's not working on your own part.
So how do
So for now, just select the ones we want,
yeah,
and
I'm trying to get it to, okay, so
I think you said Ben, right?
Bernard, let
Yes,
me just
Mr.
go and look for it because it didn't come up.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
So now
Then
we have a challenge. Bernard also ought to have been given personal information management before now, because if you try to save this, try first. I think because of that,
try to do what? To save
try
this.
to, yes, just add the reporting method and try
Direct.
to save. You will see, I think there will be a failure because Bernard has not been created there. Sponsor profile
Oh,
not found. Can you see that?
okay.
So
Okay.
he needs to already have the personal information keyed in on HR before you can play around with directorates and all that. Okay,
Okay, so
but
the
it's as simple as that. Just click
so that
on
is an indication that all the registration must take place in hierarchy.
if exactly.
You have to
So
start from the top.
you have to start from the top and then get to supervisory roles. Okay,
Okay.
so let's go to the next on the list. The reason we are taking time to look at this is not because
Assign
we don't
supervisors.
we know
What
you
is
can easily find yeah. So the moment you assign a supervisor to Ogbe, right? Let's say currently that you are going to assign Bernard to as your supervisor.
okay?
If you go to Bernard's profile, you will see Ogbe as a subordinate. So it shows you
Okay.
the list of subordinates to any particular person. Yes.
Okay.
So
So I
so
can
all the
add my
people that are
subordinates here.
exactly, yes. That's all
Sorry,
right.
there's
Now
no
we look
place
at
to
the
add. Is it
no. What
because
I
mine
mean
has not
is
saved?
no, it has not saved. That's one. But what I'm saying is here you have supervisory role attachment. Now, anytime if Mr. A is the supervisor of Mr. B, automatically Mr. B is the subordinate to Mr. A.
Yes.
That's it. So what you have on the list here are all the people whom you are their supervisors. So it
Okay.
comes here automatically
Okay. So the
once you
only
make
thing
a
you
person a
feel is people
supervisor.
supervising you.
That's
Subordinates come in
coming
automatically
automatically.
once it's been
Yes,
done. Okay.
that's right. Then we have the qualifications. Of course, remember
Okay.
where we keyed in the bank, the qualifications bank.
Yeah.
Good. So here is where you use it. Like education, you just click on education, add education precept for Mrs. Obeyemi, and you move
Education
on.
or work experience. Okay. Okay. Work
Work
experience,
experience,
education. Ah,
education, skills.
honestly, people, these people that feel it themselves. I'm not
They
doing this.
feel
I
it
won't lie to
themselves.
you. Even my own, I'm lazy because of the number of years I've worked, the number of places I've worked. My own self, I'm
See,
thinking.
only your own. You're thinking of
And so people need to do it themselves. That's it.
that.
Ah,
Okay.
company, job title, from when to when? No, this one that die.
All right. Then you have the memberships,
Okay.
right, and all that. So it's basically the same thing. Now,
Okay.
the next important one is the account details. The account details. Okay. So before we talk about the account details, every school account, of course, has to already must have set up the salary account head from accounts view, right?
Yeah.
And currently, I'm looking at your system. I don't think you have given us your payment schematics like your banks, your account numbers, your CAC. We don't have them. So we need to have all that and set up your API. That's your payment gateway for online transactions. I know those ones are meant to come from the accountant.
Yeah. Gaps. I think we use gaps. But
You
as
use
in well,
gaps.
we use two, I think we use GTB and the second bank. We
Good.
did.
So we need to have access to that so that we can do proper setup
I think
for
if you can
online
contact her
payments.
today, so she can give you and you can set it up before the training tomorrow.
Before the training tomorrow, that's fine. Okay, Mr. Alex seems to have gone off. I'm sure he'll be back, but he will get to that.
Okay. So at least tomorrow there will be no
No delay on that note.
yeah.
That's right. Okay, so it's on that note that we will keep the account details set up
So we
because
can revisit it tomorrow.
yes. But for now, let me just quickly share my screen so that you see that quickly, just for the records. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So stop sharing now. You can see my screen. You can see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to just look at it from my local host. It's not online, but here on my local host, this is what it looks like. Of course, on my local host, I'm not on your school, so this is a different school altogether. Just what I use for testing schematics, right? So I just want to show you what account number handling looks like. When you are on a particular personal information page, let's say Catherine or Faustina. I don't know if I've filled this one before now. No, I haven't. Okay, it's open. So the account number thingy allows you to make entry of the receiving account number of the staff when it is time for staff payment. That's payroll. And the idea is that once you select your bank, say Zenith Bank, for instance, and you key in your NUBAN, the system automatically verifies your name.
Okay.
If it finds your name, it keys it in as account name. And when you click on save, the system sends it out to the API, like I was saying, and gets a beneficiary ID. From this moment on, this account number will be
Salary account.
your salary account.
What is
Such
API?
that whenever, yes, application programming interface is a payment gateway. We link up between us and the payment platforms like Rave, that's Flutterwave, or Paystack for online payments.
Okay.
So it's not your call. We do the setup. You just start using it. But the idea is that all your payments will have to go through this. You don't need gaps again. You just come to this place, click on payroll, process it, and confirm them. Send the instruction. The system automatically dispatches the amounts from your wallet to individual account numbers.
Okay. Is there a cap? The wallet. Is there a
No,
cap?
no. Once your account is verified, that's why we need your CAC. Once your account is verified, it's unlimited.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so that's basically what I wanted to show you on account details, how the registration happens. Okay. All right. And for the sake of time, this is 2:10. I said 2 o'clock we take a break, so I think we gotta take that break now. Reconvene at 2:40, 2:45. No, 2:30. We said 15 minutes, right? Okay, let me make it 20 minutes. 2:30. All right. 2:30 we reconvene. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right.
When we return, we will simply look at confirmation checklist because I think that's the only one. Every other thing here is not that essential to us. Just look at confirmation checklist and we move straight to recruitment.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I will have to stop the live streaming for now.
Okay.
Until we return.
So we're ending, right?
Okay, we are all back. Oh my God, it's like I'm already late. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. And you can see my screen. You can see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So, like we said, we're going to head straight into recruitment setup as the second part of the deal. We said the first part is the administrative or configuration, the second one is PIM, and we've rounded up PIM, except for one more affair that we left behind. Yes, the confirmation. So you see, I told you mine works. I just typed OP and it's filtered down to PME, and I can see the rest of it. Okay, so here we have the confirmation checklist. So I said we'll review confirmation checklist before we move over to recruitment. The checklist right here is the list of confirmation items expected of this staff, this particular staff. So if you click here, you see the list of all the items like correct CV and all the items that we entered in the administrative configuration, right? And some of them are meant to be at the point of recruitment, right? Like CVs, degree, NYC certificate, medical certificate, interview rating sheet, test score. All you need to do is add the ones that are accrue to this particular candidate, and also you can select some of the work tools like computers.
So where is your cursor exactly?
Workstation.
I don't know how
Okay.
where you're clicking on to get these things.
Okay, so here, from the list on the right,
Okay.
From the list on
The
the right, where you have
the standard list on the right. Okay.
everything on the right.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
plus button at the on the at the beginning of every row is
Okay.
what you click
Okay, and
to
it pops
add
up
it
on the
to the
left.
left. That's the
Okay.
applicable ones. So
Okay.
this is the list of all, and if you don't want it again, just click on the button again and it disappears from the list.
Okay.
So it goes back to where it came from, right there. So let's try that again. I'm going to pick handbook form. I'm going to pick code of conduct form, things that we are supposed to have either be given to the staff or collected from the staff. Those are the checklists. Medical
We can
registration
add to this
form.
list, right?
We can add to this
And
list.
we can we edit the list?
Of course, remember where we do that? We have
Yeah, an
that right.
admin.
Good confirmation checklist right there. So a quick link to that is right here. So
Oh,
if you
okay.
click there, it's a quick link. So if you check and the particular one you're interested in is not on the list, quickly click here, and it will take you to the same exact location where you
Okay.
can add more, and you go back to where you were
And you
and
can edit an
continue your
existing
operations.
one and change the name.
Exactly, you're free
Okay.
to do that.
Let's see.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So now, the confirmation process is is basically straightforward. The concept is that once these checklists have been added during the course of the 3 months of probation or thereabout, right? These
Mhm.
items must have been checked against the staff. So if you
Okay.
open this now, there is none. I have not added anyone, and this is where you get the list. Okay, either you click this
Okay.
or you click this, it's the same thing. So it toggles it open for you to see all the checklists. And when you open it, you select the ones you want that are applicable. So here we have curriculum vitae plus degree certificate is necessary. NYSC, if this person was employed as a graduate, there should be NYSC certificate and all that. But SSCE may not require that. So you see the difference. And we
Yeah.
don't know these. You know them because you are their manager per se. So their medical test certificates, their job description, has it been given to them? Have they signed it? Have they returned it? Account opening form, or at least account opening confirmation. Is it done? Offer of employment letter, has it been given? Has it been accepted? Personal profile form, if you give them real ones to fill and bring back, but with the automated system, that may no longer be necessary, right? Because they'll fill the profile directly. Okay,
Okay.
so things like code of conduct form, handbook form, and others. Again, we also have the work tools. Have you given the person that laptop or desktop to work with? Have you provided the person with an ID card? Have you signed the person's guarantor form and all that? So once you key these in, right here underneath, you have total items to monitor.
Okay.
Good. And your job as HR is during the process of um, during the process of
Onboarding.
onboarding, appraisal, and all that, to be checking these things off. So, have you collected degree certificate? Yes. Have you collected NYC certificate? Yes. And of course, you can see that some of them are mandatory while others are not.
Yeah.
So, good. So, as you are clicking on yes on any of these, the percentage completion is being calculated.
Okay.
So you've confirmed 6 items out of 12. So you are 50% done in the confirmation. You can keep collecting, and you can collect 5 today and save. The system will keep tag of that. And then maybe tomorrow you've given out laptops. You just open this up and click on laptop and you save. So it's a continuous operation.
Okay.
But the moment you say you are done, for instance, you have collected everything and you've checked everything that is required, right? Then all you need to do is go ahead and click confirm now. At the point of confirm now, you give the staff a confirmation message, which the person will receive as an email. So remember the template that we built? This is an example of offer of employment.
Yes.
Remember where we entered this. So imagine that there is actually one template there that is called confirmation of employment. All you need to do is select it from the list and the contents show up here. You just edit it, like add the name, dear Mrs. Okoyemi, so and so date you have been fully confirmed as a permanent staff. Kindly find so and so in your info and do the needful or something like that. Just normal HRM stuff.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, so all those things, just click it. So if you look at this now, offer of employment is the only one here. If you want to add confirmation of employment, you can either go directly to the document template or we click this box, which still takes us to the same document template, and just click here, add a new title, give it a description, and then for me now, I'll simply go to Google, find one of those quick proof of employment letters, copy and paste, and move on for now. But then when you are ready to do the work, all you need to do is
And your internet is fast, super fast.
so everything I'm clicking is going right.
It's flying, not going.
All right, so here we have so let me just use this as a sample, just a few sample text, copy, go back, paste, and add discipline template. Well, it's not discipline template, it's a document template.
Yeah,
so
you said you changed
that's
that.
header.
Okay.
Exactly. So now that we have added this, if I come back to this PIM, right, it's just a matter of find Ogbe and apply that confirmation template. So what you notice immediately is that the contents of that so when I come to this job confirmation checklist,
Can you
Sorry?
agree to confirm now if everything
confirm
is
now.
not
Thank you. Of course, that's the idea. Confirm now is your discretion as HR.
okay? Whether it's
Sometimes you
complete
might,
or not.
sometimes you might confirm at 70%.
Okay.
So when you click on that, you see the new template that we added. You see the write-up. So yours now,
Okay.
yeah, sometimes the write-up may be just dear dot. So you just fill up the dot. If there is a place for date, you fill up the date and then sign it off and send. So what happens now is that once this message is sent out,
The
the
person.
email address, exactly, the person receives an
Okay.
email. Okay,
Okay.
so that's basically what happens.
And then, okay, when you send it, this is not the actual confirmation letter.
No, you
Can
ought to
you
put in the
attach?
confirmation letter.
Can you attach an actual confirmation letter to this?
Okay,
thing?
so right now it's not there.
Okay.
So we assume that the confirmation letter will be a letter right in the box. But from what you're saying, it seems like you would also want to have a full-fledged PDF or document format.
Well, people
attached.
usually, because say you're applying for a visa, people print out the hard copies with the colored letterhead and all of that.
Okay,
Is it possible to have all of that here?
as part
And
of the
easily-
attachment.
Well, no, not the as in pasted in there. That's what I'm saying. Is it possible to have an independent Word document and then you attach to this that the person can easily print out for official
Yeah,
purposes?
it's possible for sure, just not here right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's
Or you
possible, very,
can-
very possible.
You can build it
always
in, right?
implement that. Yes.
Okay. I think to make it
So let me, let's take. I think it's a good idea. Yes, because yeah, I get your point. So here we have the body of the mail, and you can easily say, please find attached,
Exactly.
something like that, which you simply have a click of a button somewhere down here, and
Yes.
system
Attach
attach a letter. So either that, yeah, that's basically okay. So we put that into consideration and see how quickly we can confirm that. All right, so that's all about confirmation checklist. Exit clearance form is basically the same thing as confirmation checklist. So you have some items from the exit clearance form, which is from the same link anyways, but this time around it may be things like work tools. So like you give out work tools like desktops and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
Keys.
you want them exactly, and keys, stuff.
ID
Right.
card.
And good. So at the point of disengagement,
Disengagements.
you need to make sure that these things were brought back, and then you mark as cleared, right?
Yes.
So they're basic. They're basic. I would have wanted us to like deal with transfer, but it's very simple. People request for transfer from one department to another, right? From one job title to another. So you can do that as an admin. That's as HRM. You can initiate a transfer for a particular staff. And also the staff can also initiate a transfer from his own side, which can be approved and processed, right? So this place takes care of that. And it's a very simple thing, really. Just click on request and select the job title you want to go to, right? And then the job category and everything else.
Okay, that's where you want to go. Hello?
Where you want to go.
Okay,
and then you fill in some memo. That's a note concerning that. Yes, can you hear me? Yes, where you want to go. Yes, so this is transfer request. Okay, so this is transfer request form. So it can just be as simple as notice of request for staff deployment, redeployment, transfer, right? So, but if it is the staff, yes, the HR, yes. No, the HR. If it's the staff, let's say from my info, because from my info, the staff also still has access to request for transfer.
Exactly.
So when they are doing it from their own part, of course, the personal info of the person has to must have been filled in, right?
Okay, yeah, so, and it's not so.
Yeah, and it's not.
So this is not exclusively an HR function.
You say?
I said, so
no, it's not
exclusively an HR function. Anyone can apply for a transfer.
Anyone can apply for that, and then it's just a matter of processing it or rejecting it. Okay. So the processing part of it is where the HR comes in.
Okay.
All right. So back to okay. I hope that's the one. Yeah. Okay. So transfer. We're talking about making that request and watching the process of the request, the initialization, the approval proceeds. All those things take stepwise progression all the way until the process is completed. The person moves from a particular job position to another. Simple. Okay, so I don't have to do this. I don't want to change your job, not yet. Okay, so this engagement of service is basically the same thing. So when you initialize it, you have to decide whether it's termination or resignation, right? If it's termination, definitely you have to give the person some level of, because definitely you have to give, there is a place where you fill in termination reasons, right? I don't think we got there. Termination reasons, that's reasons for disengagement.
No,
termination. Yes, we didn't get there. So it is right here. Configuration, termination reasons. So remember what I said about each module, that their personalized configurations are found under the modules themselves. Like leave has configurations, training has its own configurations, like courses and registrations, stuff like that. Performance has its own configuration, discipline, recruitment, right, configurations and stuff like that. So this one, I think reporting methods and termination reasons are part of the configurations of PIM.
Okay.
Yeah, so all you need is just go there, fill in some of the termination reasons, like the person just got married, or it's resignation as a result, maybe, termination as a result of retirement, relocation, pregnancy, any reason why. So you fill in some of the reasons right here. And when you get over there to forced termination, you will have to pick the reason you are keying in, and then the process will start. Part of the process includes a letter that goes over to the staff which the staff will have to sign and stuff like that. You know how it
So
goes, right?
is it terminology strictly termination or disengagement or exit, or because termination connotes that the person was fired?
Okay, so it's basically okay. I get your point. So which one is the right
Yeah,
one?
so we need to expand
Which
it.
one is the general?
Don't
Which one is
say,
the
ah,
hypernym?
is there really? Because
Disengagement is the hypernym,
disengagement
right?
is supposed to be, but in Nigeria, it still has a negative connotation because when you say disengagement, people assume the person was fired. So maybe exit,
So exit.
as
So
a reason
exit.
for exit.
Good. So reasons for exit can be disengagement, termination, or resignation.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, and stuff like that. So we move disengagement into the system as disengagement, and then okay, fine. So that is noted. Uh, so you can see where the reason shows up,
Okay.
and you can now have the letter subject, and then pick the termination as usual, right from the notes
Yeah.
that you have already keyed in. Just pick the right one and do some few editing. Not like if you enter it directly here, it will go, it will still go, but based on the fact that
You need to customize it.
thank you, just change a few things and send it in. And then, of course, you have the resignation notes, more like a follow up for every administration and every administrator that will be part of the disengagement proceeds. They should be able to see some of these notes, right? So I'm not about to fire you, so I'll cancel this. So basically, that's all about PIM.
Okay.
I'm sure by the time you go further into the usage, you will catch up a whole lot other concepts, and then also make up your mind as to whether you still have questions or not.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, we call it round 2 over. We go over to round 3, which is now the activities. Remember, I said administration, personnel information management, and HRM activities. So leave activities, training, performance, access control, discipline, all of them are together, right? So, and we said we will start off with recruitment.
Recruitment.
So when we come over to recruitment, remember what I said about configurations. Yeah. So the recruitment has its own
Templates.
individual configuration. So the first thing there is the vacancy templates. So this is where you create your normal vacancy templates. So here you decide a few descriptions for a teacher, right? A subunit of academic staff, right? Who is going to be the hiring manager? Is it the principal or school admin? Well, usually HR does that. So that will
HR.
be you. So here you give it a name. So let's say that this is for subject teachers. Subject teacher vacancy template. So as usual, some of these things you have done on your own. So this is where you enter. You were asking something about if you have to post an advert, right? So this is where you do the job posting and stuff. So this is where you write things like vacancy for, or there is vacancy for the post of, right? Science teacher, blah blah blah. All those recruitment that you post on job mag or post on all those recruitment firm or
Yeah.
agencies site. This is where you write the post and then you save that. So once that is saved, you can keep adding more or you can close this. So
So once you write all of this, you save it.
yes,
How do
you
you
save it.
publish it on
Okay.
vacant, as in on
On
job
vacant
sites?
on job sites. Okay. So
Yeah.
how do you usually do that right now? Because for us right now, what we
Uh,
simply have built so far is a place where we can actually find the templates.
well,
But sharing it, yes.
we use 2 ways. We do WhatsApp, as in send all around, and then we also do Niger Hot Jobs.
Nigeria Jobs.
Yes, but it's the finance person that's been doing it. So she says there's a place that you still have to fill in the salary range and all of that. So
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's a complete upload that happens there.
Okay.
I'll ask her, but I've not
Okay.
done that.
Okay. So
But
we
this,
have two. Yes, we have
okay,
two
carry
options
on.
here.
Okay,
Activate this for a direct view on Noble Hall portal, such that all you need to do is share a link to that particular vacancy template name wherever. So
okay,
if anybody is interested and the person clicks on it, it starts with the template. Okay, this is the description of this, and then click here to apply, and the person will
okay,
start the
and it's
application. But what we
published.
have,
You
yes, so
only have you have to go to the website to be able to see
you
the
go to the website to
advert.
see it exactly.
Okay, that's one option.
That's one option. Another option is to, because right now, okay, so just take it this way. I mean, what we have at hand is the provision to enter the vacancy, but from all indication, the use case of this is only efficient if it becomes available to the public, right?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
The use case, the efficiency of this vacancy template can only be
Yes,
measured as to its availability to the public.
exactly. The
Okay, so
efficiency,
okay,
effectiveness.
so
Sorry.
the effectiveness will be on its availability to the public. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
we will have to add a share button somewhere there that should make it possible for you to maybe follow a link and see the full description somewhere still on the portal.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so that's noted. I'm sure it's on record. So when we, yes, it's on record. Okay, so now the this is the first part of it. The second part of the configuration is the question pool. Now, the question pool is something you do according to the competencies. Remember when we enter where I showed you that you fill in the competencies. Now, the competency bank that we have, we don't know which one is the teacher or academic staff or anything, because you are the one that key them in. But all the list of competencies show up here, and you select the ones that are accruable to teachers, and you key in questions accordingly. They stay there
Okay.
forever,
Hello?
right? So under, yes, so under this competency that says understands and appreciate diversity, you can have several questions. You understand?
Okay.
Several like multi-dimensional questions. So you can have things like, how do you cope with stubborn students? Now that's a question, and it's a question that is directed to the candidate. Now, an answer guide. Remember that this is not a CBT, right? It's more like a panel, but we are trying to make it possible that an average person with discretion can actually hold a conversation, an interview conversation, and still make the right projections as to who should be a better candidate by virtue of spending a little time with the person, right? As long as you know what to ask and you listen to the answers. But now, to go further to buttress the fact that there are some things you are looking for in such answers, you have an answer guide. So you can have things like, if the candidate indicates any threat
Okay.
or traits rather, traits of patience, award a good mark. Stuff like that.
Okay. Where do you do
Yeah.
the scoring?
Sorry?
Where do you do the scoring?
Yes, we'll get to that.
Oh, okay. So
So
this one
remember
now,
that, remember
I
this
can
is configuration.
add.
These are personal, I mean, these are recruitment configurations. When you
Okay.
do this, it stays here for as long as this system is running.
Okay.
You understand? So,
Okay.
but by the time we want to set up the interview template for teachers, for instance, we simply pick 1 or 2 questions from each of these sets and build a session out of them, and then attach numbers, that's grades, that's rating to them, right? So at this point, it's more like building a library of questions, building a question pool. That's the name, interview question pool. Okay.
Yes.
Good. So this is something that you take your time and do, but you do it once and for all, for everything. You do for staff, you do for
Understand.
you do
Sorry,
for
question. It seems like the level of
yes.
difficulty, it grows by itself.
No, the level of difficulty that's here.
Okay. Oh, it was you adjusting it.
Yes, that was me adjusting.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's say under the same understanding and appreciating diversity, let's say we also want to deal with how do you deal with diverse languages, okay, or language difficulties in a new setting. For instance, you just moved from Abuja to to let's say Lagos, and it's all about Yoruba. You can speak Hausa, but here you are, and everybody here is speaking Yoruba. So how do you handle that? So if they have a good response to interpretation seek out, kindly advise for hire, something like that, right? So
Okay.
you are giving the interviewer a hint of what to look out for when
Yeah.
the interviewee answers questions. And you can see that I'm grouping all of these questions under different competencies. So here we have the list of all the competencies. And now, let's say constructive relationship with students. I want to ask, do you have any problem with interfacing with students' parents? You know, that could be a very big issue for some people. And if they answer in affirmative, advice to hire, stuff like that. So by the time you add all this up, as long as this system is concerned, I say again, you don't have to ever come back here because these are templates,
Yeah.
unless there is need for you to add more. So for now, I'm going to just focus on these few that I've added, all right? And you can do more by just going to the question pool. Now, we have created a vacancy template right here.
Yeah.
Now, let's see what an interview template looks like. When you say interview template, we're talking about when a person wants to, like if you are recruiting a teacher and the person has moved from job application to shortlisting to interview schedule, and on the day of interview, you just click on start interview. What are the questions expected that the person should see? Questions expected depend on this setup. So remember that in the previous one, we have a question pool, like a library, where all questions are listed according to competencies, right?
Yes.
But here, when we are building an interview template, we select, first of all, we have to indicate the interview guide, the outcome usually is a numeric score, right? This interview template should take 100 questions. I mean, 100 over 100. That is maximum score you can get in the interview is
100
100.
points.
That's it. So let's say that this is every academic staff should use this interview template.
Okay.
You see that? So that means that when I'm hiring an academic staff, this is the template I will attach. So this is the template for all subject teachers. the interview instruction. It's more like when you're about to start the interview, right? As a staff, that's as a vigilator, okay, or panel member. There are a series of instructions you see on the page. Hello, welcome. Please look out for so and so things when you are interviewing. Kindly ensure that the candidate answers all questions. When you see all those kind of instruction, then you click on start. That's kind of thing. So this is where you enter them. So please ensure that the candidate is seated before the stipulated time. Note the following. 1. See? So anything that you write here, any candidate who did not dress properly should be given an outright low score in everything. Stuff like that. So you know what this means, right? So you just save it. And now that you have saved it, you can go ahead and add up the questions that will go with it. So you create an instance and then you go to the question pool that you have created and pick the questions that should be assigned to this template.
Sorry, where did you pick the question pool from?
Okay, so this is the interview template that we have created just a moment ago.
Yes.
And this is where you add the questions. So just click here
and
then add questions right there.
Okay.
Good. So when you open this, you see the list of competencies. And under each competency list, you have questions as we have keyed in during the configuration process. Good. So here we have two questions that I enter here. You click on the ones that you should be used for this template and then give them weights, scores. Of course, you know that for the templates in question, the maximum score is 100. So how much of this 100 should go to the first question? Let's say 30. How much of this 100 should go to the second question? Let's say 40.
Okay.
Right? And how much of this weight? Of course, as we are entering the list here, it's the utilized score is on the left while the unused scores are on the right. So I go over to the next competency and we have another question there. Let's say this one, I give it the remaining 30. So if you have 10 questions to ask, you might want to divide the total 100 questions up to the number of, some of them 5, 2, depending on the weight, for instance. Yeah, stuff like that. So
hello?
Once you are done with that, simply click on the save button. Yes, can you hear me?
Sorry, it blanks just for a bit. I can hear you now.
Okay, nice. So I say once you are done with the questions, there's the question selections and everything, you simply click on the save the process. That's the process button, that's the save button, and instantly the system saves the questions as part of this template. Okay. Now all that is configuration. Once you are done with it, anytime that you want to create an academic staff vacancy, you select this vacancy template. You select this interview template. Yes. So let's look at vacancies. Everything we have done so far, we did it under configuration. And if you do this once and you do it well, you need not come back to any of this again. So it will be between vacancies and candidates all through henceforth.
Once you're done setting up.
Once you are done setting up, that's right. Okay, so unless there is a new setup coming up. So now let's do something for a new staff. We want to apply for, want to employ a teacher. Okay, so here is the vacancy template. So the vacancy now is for, say, mathematics teacher. Okay, and the subunit is academic staff, of course, and the hiring manager again, so me. Now, what template? Vacancy template, right? And good. So and here we have the number of positions that are available. Let's say you're looking to employ 2 mathematics teachers. The description is very simple, like just vacancy for math teacher. Math teachers, that's all. Now, do you require resume? Sometimes you don't, but if you do, click on this checkbox so that at the point of course, you just click on save and you create that, right? So, and the idea is that when when this interview template is sent out there, okay, when this template is sent out there, that's when you make the advert and people start hitting your job application portal, right? They will see the math teacher as one of the vacancies that are available. Right now, let's fill in maybe one more. Okay, fine. Let's just stay with this so that I don't confuse us. But this is available now, and every vacancy you create comes with a link, the application form link. This is what you actually share. For instance, as we speak, based on the fact that you already use JobMag or any other recruitment agencies to post your adverts, when you post the adverts and you don't want people to fill the form in their own site, you give them this link.
Okay.
You understand? So this link is your permanent link for job application. A situation where the job is no longer open, like this is closed now, you just click on it to toggle it as open or closed. Where there is no job vacancy, even if a staff or a candidate, potential candidate has access to this, what the person will see is, we currently do not have a vacancy. Because some people will have this link and they will keep it for themselves. They want to keep it. But the only time this form is available is when there is an open vacancy.
Okay.
So this is closed now. If you toggle it, it becomes open. And when it is open and anybody who has this link goes to it, you'll see the form to fill. And while you are seeing that form, there is a place where you can select the vacancy. So if you have 5 different vacancies, all of them show up on this list. Now it's the choice of the staff or the candidate to say, okay, the vacancy I'm interested in is the math teacher vacancy. You get that?
Yes.
Good. And at that instance, because there is at the point of creating the template, right? Creating the vacancy, you said there is need for resume. Instantly, there is a place where you can fill your resume.
Yeah.
But before that, there is this little form that you have to fill, like your passport. You key in your passport, okay, and you give us your name, and you give us your email address. You give us your phone number. If you have a Facebook link, give us. We'll be able to access that. So let's say my Facebook. Am I even on Facebook? I'm not on Facebook. But you understand the gist. Okay. And on Twitter, I think it's Hex and Dave. On LinkedIn, I think it's Hex and Dave. And vacancy application, math teacher. So the moment I say math teacher, it gives me this, and all I have to do is find my CV where it is. I don't even know if I have CV. Oh my God!
You are super comfortable where you are. That's why.
No, not that. I am so uncomfortable, but CV is not my way to go. So don't mind me. I'm just being foolish.
Yeah, I know. I get what you mean.
So, but that's it. So you simply click on that and upload that as part of the deal. If you have some keywords you want us to look out for, like you being patient and being kind, this is your opportunity to give us more. And if you have a note to give us, like thanks notes, this is the opportunity. So this is more like a cliche for job seekers, right? Now, this one is important because if we don't hire you and we don't have a consent to keep your data for future processing, then we should delete your data.
We should, or it will delete automatically.
No, you should delete. We would have wanted it to be automatic, but we want you to make that decision yourself, just by virtue of seeing that this person said no to that consent.
Okay.
Yes. So the next is just to save. The moment you click on this,
That's the moment the candidate clicks on this.
the moment the candidate clicks on this, what happens is that the form is submitted to that vacancy. And if you click on candidate list from the admin view, that's from the HR, you will see the
Okay.
yeah. So you can see the stage, application received, and you can view
Okay.
the CV by simply clicking on that to show you
Okay.
the CV right there. And if you have well, basically that's it. So let's say we have like 3, 4, first 5 persons who have applied. Can you quickly apply from where you are? Remember the link, noblehall.educare.school/job application form. Let me quickly leave it on the chat screen right there. So just open the chat screen and click on it. Okay, so just fill the form, put up a PDF and forward. Let's see if we receive it over
Okay,
here.
that's the chat. Okay.
So let's have 2 persons to compare
Okay.
their results with.
Okay. So first name.
Okay, tell me when you have submitted.
Okay, I'm working on it.
Okay, submitted.
No, I'm trying to attach my resume.
Okay.
Where's that resume? I have so many. I have plenty.
I know.
Different types. Different types. So
For different jobs.
for different kinds of roles.
That's good.
Okay. Oh, okay. Keywords. What do we say under notes? What's supposed to be like under notes?
Yeah, like thanks for giving me an opportunity.
Okay.
Thanks in anticipation, something like that. I think eventually we will have to change that to cover letter because
Yeah, I think attach cover letter. Yeah, because people won't get what it is. Even the keywords. Maybe you should write key or personal qualities or
skills,
skills, strengths or something.
strength.
Yeah. Okay. So I've saved it. So can you see it? Okay.
Okay, fine. So here we have the view candidates button, and there we have it. So we have Ogbe and we have James. Okay. So remember where I got them from? We have the vacancy right there, vacancies. And when you go to this button, says
which
few
button?
candidates. The
Okay,
green
view
one,
candidates.
few
Okay.
candidates. This one is for maybe modifications if you want to change something in the vacancy message, right? And then we have the attachment, that's the application form link, and we have the delete button right there. Okay, so for now, let's look at the view candidates thingy. So as you can see at this point, both of them are on application received stage.
Okay.
And if you want to move them to the next stage, usually personality test is not everybody that does that. So you
Sorry.
simply
Okay,
go
let
straight
me
to.
close this comments thing because it's making the screen really small. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, yes,
Okay, so
please
I'm
close
good.
it. All right.
Okay.
So here we have the list of those who applied, and here are their current stages individually. So might want to move this person to shortlisted. So if you are shortlisted for interview, that's because maybe we've looked at your CV and say, okay, this person has what we want, right? So
Sorry, quick adjustment.
okay,
Can you take it back to?
yes,
It didn't tell me that I had to fill the middle name, so I left it blank
okay, and
and
it's
it's
shown
put in
all.
no. Yeah. I was
All
wondering
right,
where no came from. So
okay,
maybe
that's
an asterisk too should be put on that.
yes,
So that
yes, we will have to do that. All right, so of course, if you want to see the candidate information apart from the CV, you simply click on the candidate's name. So that's where you see things like the YouTube link, the Twitter, LinkedIn pages, links, and all that. So
sorry, please go back. How did you get there?
just click on the name of the person. Just click.
Oh,
Yeah. So it gives you the full detail of what the person filled in at the point of filling in the application, right? Current stage is application received. That's the personal information. You can see the resume by just clicking on the resume, and it will show up somewhere
okay.
within the system. And then you can see the vacancy information that the person filled in for math teacher, right?
Okay.
And so on and so forth. So from the personal information, you can go to the person's LinkedIn page if the person gave you access, like gave you the link, right? Just click on it, and the system will take you straight to LinkedIn and open the person's page for you there. But that is if the profile is available. So if the person gave you the wrong one, sorry, you won't be able to access it. Same thing with the Twitter page and all that. Okay, so just click on it and it shows you the exact location. All right, so before you even go ahead to shortlist, you must have just gone through the CV and the personal information the person sent in. So let's say we go straight to shortlisting. Of course, as usual, we can select from our list of templates. Shortlisting is not there right now, so we might want to add it up. So, and all it takes
Why do
is
we need
click.
a template for shortlisting? Okay, to
Remember
send
what
to
I
the
said.
person,
You sent to person, yes, you have been shortlisted. Please expect an interview date
and it automatically goes to the
to
person's
go to the
email.
person's email. We'll see that right away. I hope you
Okay.
entered your real email address.
I did.
Okay, good. So let's see if it works. So for now, let's just add shortlist template, or we can just go ahead and type it in. But for now, let's just do it as usual so that you don't have to look for it any other day. Right? So it could be something as simple as dear dot dot dot. You have been shortlisted, maybe
Yes, you have been shortlisted
for
for
interview.
an interview.
Yeah. Kindly
Expect an invitation.
expect an
Simon,
invitation. Invitation. Yeah. If you received this mail in your spam, kindly whitelist us for further correspondences. Right? So you can simply tell the person best of luck. And regards. So this becomes like a working template. You just keep it there, right? Such that by the time we return to where we came from and we go to shortlisted, you simply open this, select this, and enter the name of the person, James, and we save. Once we click on that,
Save, it
it's
goes.
gone. It goes. So let's say we send to the two of you. Both of you have been shortlisted. And that's it. So you can quickly check your mail, see if you received it. I don't know. If it fails, it fails. I doubt some of them. So here is my email.
I've gotten an email.
You've gotten an email, perfect. So here I should have mine somewhere there. School admin, maths teacher shortlist. And of course, if you open it, you see that it already has the logo of the school and your name.
And a big educare underneath. Bigger than the school logo. Is it not bigger than the school logo?
It is not. The school logo is bigger.
Look at
the school logo start from here to there. Okay, so
so this works.
Yeah, so that's one part of it. The second part of it is, let's say you move the person to interview. So the moment you move to interview process, that's the next step. You notice that an extra button shows up. That is for the scheduling of the interview. That schedule, the moment you set a new invite, like let's say you are inviting this person to show up tomorrow 11th by 10 a.m. and the person that will do the interview probably is still okay, and the interview subject is pre-filled using the title of the job, math teacher interview invitation, exactly. So of course you can see again, you see the job this thing does for us. I don't have to start typing here. I can simply pick up from existing templates. That's all. So, and because I don't want to waste our time again by going back to templates, document template creation, I'm going to still use this. Okay, and dear James, okay, you have been scheduled instead of shortlisted now. You can simply change this now to scheduled for interview as follows. Right? So I can now put date, time, okay. Kindly be punctual, as lateness disqualifies you. Now, how many times will I be able to do this? You see that? So instead of having to do this every time that I have an interview template, if I do it the first time, I can copy it, go over here, new word template, and create the template. So that any other time I just open it up, fill the name, and move on.
So interview template.
Interview invite.
There's no venue, Sha.
So you can include venue now. Okay, and a few description here. Okay, and you add that such that when we come back to where we are and we click on the schedule, all we need to do is click on new invites, pick the dates, 11th, 10 a.m. and the interviewer is where, and the math teacher.
Is it possible to fix multiple interviewers?
Okay, right now no, but
is it okay?
It is valid.
If you have multiple interviewers and an alert also goes to someone scheduled to be an interviewer. You understand? The way an email goes to the recipients.
Yes.
Like,
So
let's say there's a panel of 3, director of studies, HRM, and maybe vice principal,
okay,
and
and
they are
and
scheduled.
they also receive notification that they have been
Yeah,
scheduled to have an interview on so day. Yeah,
yes, to conduct an
that is
interview. That would be
valid.
nice.
That is valid. So I'm sure it's on record. So on our review, we'll pick that up. Thank you very much for that observation and
Thank you.
suggestion. So now we have the interview invite template right there. So I pick it up, I put the date, right? 11/12/2020, time 10 o'clock a.m. prompt, venue, school, Hall of Fame, stuff like that, right? So, and you save. The moment you save this, another mail is dispatched to the candidate.
Yeah.
Okay, and the same thing with the second person. So let's say you are interviewing both of them the same day, but one is 10 and the other one is 12.
Yeah.
Good. So simply do that and probably fix another interviewer for that and pick the same interview template thingy and fill it up and key in the date as usual. Okay, venue, same place. Okay, and you send. That's all. So the moment you save these schedules, you notice again that another button shows up. That is the interview button. Okay,
Okay.
so the only people that you can interview are the people that have been
The
given interview.
exclamation.
Good. So of course, if you come over
Okay.
here, you still have the interview invites right there. I'm sure you must have received yours.
Yes, I just received it.
Good. Mine is 10 a.m. Yours is 11. Yeah, or
Mine is
12.
12.
12. That's right. So based on that now, there is actually no, on our own part, the schedules are there, right? But convenience can make it earlier or later. The main thing is that it's been scheduled. So we
Okay,
don't
okay. Can
restrict
you?
the system. Yes, we don't restrict the system to only show this button only at the date of interview. No. Do you get the point?
No, I don't.
Okay, so I'm saying that based on this schedule now,
Yes.
if we
Mm.
were to do a restriction, this can only be available for interview at 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Okay.
But we didn't restrict that because for convenience sake, because someone might you can decide to okay, maybe you received a response message from the candidate and said, oh, sorry, 10 o'clock may not be convenient. I'll be coming by 11 a.m. and you want to adjust, right?
Okay.
You can still leave the adjustment. Like, okay, it doesn't matter if you come by 10 a.m. If you come by 11 a.m. is fine, no problem. That will be a personal discussion, which means that you can have this interview at 11. It's not our problem. The main
So I
thing is
can
that it's
edit
scheduled
it.
for 10.
I don't need
So
to edit the schedule.
uh,
I just attend
you,
to them whenever they come.
you just attend to them. That one now is the discretion of the of your discretion per se, right?
Okay.
All right. Now, the red buttons are for the questions themselves. That's for interview itself proper. So you have scheduled 2 persons for interview. The first person shows up. You remember when we were entering guidelines for math teacher? I mean, when we entered you remember this?
Yes.
Good. Please ensure the candidate is seated before the stipulated time and all that. So those are the kind of things that you receive. So it's part of it's the guideline. And you also have access to see the person's resume once more, even as an interviewer, right? So you can easily
Okay.
see the person's resume and then see the interview guideline. But this is what matters at this point: start interview. So once you start interview, you notice
So
the two.
why did you click on to see the resume? Okay, resume up there. Okay, I've
Yes,
seen
it's
it.
right there.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Then the interview guideline is right there. Then start interview is right there. Okay, so you see that because we have already selected this template as part of the vacancy, for this vacancy, the template we set up, this template we set up here, interview template,
Yes.
that we set up here, that contained 3 questions.
Yes.
Remember when we did all this? Yeah. So
Yeah.
at the point of creating the vacancy, we attached it to the vacancy such that when it is time for us to interview a particular candidate, based on that template, the questions pop up right here. So you see the 2 sections, understanding diversity, has 2 questions.
Okay.
And the values are there.
The
So when
weights. Yeah.
exactly. So now when you are asking a candidate, how do you cope with stubborn students? That's a simple question. The person starts answering. You see, it makes it easy for an interviewer to be a pro because you know what to ask and you know what to expect. Remember when we entered hints, that's the expected answer.
Yes.
If the candidate indicates any trait of patience, award a good mark. So let's say the person began by saying, difficult ones, the stubborn ones are the sweet ones, because anytime you succeed in getting them, you know you have actually done a good job. And that actually test my patience. I'm glad to say that I have, over the time, been really successful in taming the stubborn ones. I mean, that's a very good high answer, right? So I can actually give this person 25, but I can't give the person 35. It's not available
Because
because
you've
the
capped
weight
it.
is maximum 30. That's right. Okay, so on that note, we can simply go over to the second question, award mark as usual, and go to the last section, which comprises of only 1 question, and then award the mark, and then give a final note. Please employ, if no other candidate beats his score.
Why does it give a cumulative?
I like him. We'll see that now. So it's not your own is to give these individuals. The system
Okay.
calculates cumulative for you. So all you need to do is click on save and close it. So at this point, you can see the candidate comparison button shows up. So the moment you have an interview, you can compare the person's score with the others, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, by virtue of looking at the profile right now, um, you may not, you just see the previous score obtained, 82%. The system has calculated that already. So
Yeah.
it's not a problem of an interviewer per se.
Yeah.
You just do these cross checks, give your notes, and you go your way. So let's say we have interviewed the 2 persons that applied by starting the interview, grading 30 here, and looking for extra because this one was too much. This is unfair. The cheaters, so see 39, 40, only you. Okay,
Chill.
okay. So imagine meeting somebody like this and somebody saying, wow, this is just what we need, and then saving this, right? So
Yeah.
with that now, there are 2 persons who wrote this interview. Now we want to see how they performed comparatively. All you need to do is compare using any of their buttons. You want to
Oh,
compare James in respect to Ogbe and others. Just click on James.
okay. The button works even if you're comparing like 6 people together.
If you want to compare Ogbe, all of them, you see all of them once. So once you
Okay.
click on that, the
Yeah,
only thing is
side
that the
by
person you are
side.
comparing against the others will be red, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
yes, so if you click on Ogbe in comparison with others, Ogbe will be red. So you can easily
Okay.
identify, okay, this person ranked top among
Okay.
10 or 11 or 12. That way, even if the person is at the bottom of the list, you will still note, okay, this is the person I'm looking for. Oh, he's on the bottom of the list. No need.
Okay.
All right. So here we have 98%, and here we have 82%. And if you want to see the breakdown, simply click on the performance index, and it will show you the breakdown.
Oh, sorry. Where is the performance index?
just on the button, close this. Here we have the summary, right?
Okay.
And you
So
click on
where
it.
is the cursor? Okay.
Yes, just click on it and it will drop
Okay,
down.
and it shows the breakdown here.
Yes, it shows you the breakdown. Okay, so here you can easily see that out of the 98% was culminated from 30 on the first question, 39 on the second question, and 29 on the third question.
And
And
that's
of
how
course,
I
you
did
can
all of
easily
you.
see the notes. Ah, yeah, I know you. I know you up there. All right, so
Oh my
that's about
God.
that. That's about that. So with this now, it's easy for someone to say, okay, I should proceed to job offer,
Okay.
while James should go to what? Rejected. You
Okay.
see
The
that?
rejected send an email.
Yes, it does.
Is there a keep in view?
That's the reason we said if the person gave you a, if you have
Yeah,
an
to hold
authorization
on
from
to
the
other
individual
offers.
to
Yeah.
include, that's why you keep in view. Okay,
So
so
if,
now
if the
you are
person
now
said
saying,
yes, if the
okay,
person
so
said yes, you just
if this
hold
person's,
on at this point. You don't send any communication to the person.
you don't send the communication, that's all. That's all.
Okay.
All right. So now, let's say we, of course, you know that the fact that you beat me in test. If I am,
Face to
if I
face interview. Look at you.
if I am the idiot, you know that
Look
this,
at
you
you.
know,
Don't
you
try
know.
me.
All right. So let's say we proceed to job offer. Of course, as
Okay.
usual, we already have offer of employment or somewhere there, and we pick up whatever it contains. Right?
Yeah.
You have been offered a job, descriptions, right, and so on. You are expected to start. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are expected to
Within
accept
within 48 hours,
this
blah, blah, blah.
offer within good 8 hours, and so on. So the moment you send this out, this person will receive it, and he has a job to do. That job is to accept. You see this offer accepted? As you can see, it is disabled on this list because it's not the job of the HR to click offer accepted.
Okay. And I
The offer
noticed that
accepted. Did you receive a mail? You must have received the mail
oh
of this.
yeah, I just did.
And
And
if
as
you
I
open
see
it, go
that
to the
the
bottom,
interview thing and the scheduling
everything
has
disappears.
disappeared. But is that
Exactly.
still a record?
Yes, you can still see the record by just clicking on comparison, and you can still see that it's always there.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So now we are
Okay.
waiting for the
Okay.
acceptance.
Okay. So let me click accept.
Click on accept. Yes, exactly. It should give you an acknowledgement page.
Yes, I got acknowledgement of offer acceptance. Hi,
Good.
Okwe, no, come on, laugh. It is this null.
I don't. You don't tell me about
Hereby,
it. Just tell
hereby
me about
acknowledge. You have to have an offer. Okay, the HR team will be in contact with you shortly.
All right. So
Okay.
can you see this?
So it's consequently that we now send a proper offer
Exactly.
letter.
So that is where the hired comes into play.
Hired.
So when you
Okay.
come over here, you can now send a proper offer
Okay.
letter.
Okay. The challenge with this is
Yes.
without the offer letter, people can't accept because until they know what the contract entails and what you're going to
Okay.
be paying. So
So
I
that's
think
the
with
job
the
offer
job
is where
offer, there needs to
you
be an
fill in
attachment so that I
okay,
can attach the actual offer with
the
the
actual
information.
offer.
Yeah,
Okay, so the person can review it and
before
be sure it's
accepting.
something he wants to accept. Okay,
Exactly.
okay, that is noted. Then the rest of the progress is just about being hired and right, being hired. Of course, this will also send out a message. But what I want us to see is that the moment you click on hired, there is a button here that shows up. It says convert to staff profile. All this while, this person is just a candidate.
Okay.
So if you go to your PIM, you won't see this person there.
Yay, I've been hired. I've been
Congratulations.
offered a job.
Yeah,
Okay, so once I
congratulations.
click on accept,
Yes, the next thing is the HR sends you your
yeah, your
yep.
acceptance of our offer of employment failed. Either you have
No,
previously accepted this offer or the offer is no longer valid.
no, you are clicking on the same one that you have received
No,
before.
no. The initial one was I was offered employment. I accepted.
Okay,
Then I got
okay,
you have been hired.
okay.
So that means we can't send it to.
No,
Oh,
when you have been hired, you're not supposed to receive. Okay, you are saying the hired message also came with a button.
yes, accept.
Okay, no, no, it shouldn't be. That place is just more like an information for you. Okay, so that's noted. We'll remove it from that part. It's just the offer of
Okay. Okay,
acceptance
that's
that
why I said it failed. Okay.
yes, yes, that's right. Okay, so on that note, convert to staff profile is just a matter of a click away right there. Click on convert to staff and select the job title. At this point, you are still now you see where hold place on hold comes into play because someone you someone who applied as a teacher can end up being an instructor because you have an opportunity there, right? So,
Okay.
yeah. So let's say we have Okwe 2. Saying Okwe 2 because I know there is already an existing
Yeah,
Okwe
yeah.
system. Fine. So other names, that null is still here. So this is an opportunity to change it to remind me again, please.
Ayodeji.
Ayo
Ayodeji.
Deji,
Yep.
Ayo Deji. Okay.
There it is.
So you have your Okwe Shade at yahoo.com and your phone
Shadow.
number.
Okay, it has
Shadow?
put up here.
Okay,
Yeah,
Shadow.
shadow.
All right, Shadow. Okay. Then we have the birthdays and everything. So for now, please don't mind me. I'm just going to keep,
No, no
play.
problem. Carry on,
Uh,
please.
so then we have the school. Since you said it's a staff, a teacher,
Yes.
right? Every teacher belongs to a school. You are either teaching a high school or junior school. Fortunately for you, your school only has one teacher, one school type. So Noble Hall
Yeah.
School, that's one. Then here you key in the addresses as usual, like Abuja, Nigeria, and permanent address, Abuja, Nigeria. And then if you have a different passport other than the one that you uploaded, this is also an opportunity to bring in a different passport and
Okay.
save that in. And the system will simply tell you created. So at this point, you cannot do this again. This person's
I thought
data.
you changed this. No,
No, this one is on your
changed
candidacy.
it. Okay,
This is
okay.
on your candidacy pro forma. It doesn't.
Start
What we
profile.
have on is so what we have in the staff profile will be different. Let's see that. So here, if I look for Ogbe, I can see Ogbe 2.
Okay,
See, this person
okay.
has been converted to staff. So from this moment on, I key in the rest of the PIM information and then give the person a salary schematics and management continues from here.
Okay.
So this is the full detailed recruitment process. No failure anywhere. Everything automated as much as possible, still leaving room for human interactions, and that's it.
Okay.
Any question?
Well, there's been a lot of information.
That's right.
So
So,
it takes some time. Yeah.
exactly.
Using it, that's when you figure out. But there were a number of things that I suggested. You noted them down. So
Yes, yes, we did.
so we'll work on them, then we'll see. But one very key thing that we discussed is we need to open the it up.
PIM for
Yes,
the
PIM
personnel
for
to
people.
do it
Yeah.
themselves,
Yes,
and then
and
receive
then
confirmation by the HR.
confirmation. Yes,
At
please.
which point the information gets locked,
Yes, locked. Yeah, that's
pending
it. Except
another
the
request
apply.
for editing.
Yeah,
Good. Okay.
and even the what other thing am I? Exit clearance. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I understand.
Okay. All right. So on that note, this is already 4 o'clock. I would want to excuse you, especially with your children around and all that. So the rest
Yeah.
of the progresses, I mean, things that you can easily manage by yourself. And then if there is any difficulty, you can always send us messages backwards, right? And we'll review that. In the meantime, we'll also forward you a link of previous tutorials / workshops on the discipline,
HRM.
performance training, and others.
Okay.
But tomorrow we're going to handle payroll and
Finance.
and finance. So in the cost of handling finance, we're going to take care of payroll. Okay.
Okay. So when it comes to payroll, you let me know the time.
Comes to payroll,
Give me
yes,
a call so that I can sign in.
exactly. So that, I think that should serve. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't know if anyway, when you send the workshops and I check and I have any challenges, I'll let you know.
That'll be fine. In the meantime, feel free, play with this. In the next, let's say today's Thursday.
Yes.
By Monday, you let me know if you want us to reset your HRM. If you have got a grip and you want it reset, so that you can key in the right items.
Okay.
Because most of the items we use now are demo per se, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you are ready, if you have gone through
Yeah.
and
Okay.
you are
Yeah.
comfortable,
I'll
you
go
want to
through it
start putting in the live
tomorrow.
items, you just let us know so that we reset the demo.
Okay. 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 All right.
All right.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. And
Thank
it's
you.
very interesting. So I really appreciate you taking the time
On
to do this.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you say about our HR module?
When people change it for everybody to be doing their own upload, I will comment. Do that one first. When you do that one first, people should call me. Because I won't die. I won't die young. No, 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 no.
You can't come and kill yourself and die.
And die, oh. But so far, it's vast. It's very thorough, very detailed, and honestly, I'm quite impressed. There's always room for improvement, definitely. As you have sometimes you have to customize organization by organization, and then
That's
also
right.
based on what they want to be able to do.
Yes.
So definitely there's always a bit of swinging back and forth.
Back and forth.
Yeah. But so far, so great.
Wow. Nice.
So that's really impressive. You see, go out. Oh yeah.
Okay, that's not for me.
Oh my
That's
God, they've come.
That's why
Okay.
I said we should. I know it's time up, so it's
All
4 o'clock.
right. Okay. Thank you. I really appreciate. Okay. All right. So I'll keep you posted.
That's
Okay.
all right.
Okay. Yeah. Bye. Thank you. I can get your number from Mr. Peter, right?
Mr. Alex, yes, you can.
Mr. Alex. Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, man.
Bye.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah. You too.
Okay, so this is it. It's a wrap, and I thank everyone who has been part of the progress. Yeah, and for those who were with us on YouTube, thank you very much for showing up. Okay, so there's no message, no comment, so I'm free to sign off at this moment. If you happen to come back to this a on a later day, you can also still leave your comments and be sure that we'll get to it. So thank you very much for joining us. My name remains James, and this is Educare Tutorial. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.